Okay, I think we're live. Give me a second. Let me see here. Okay, we're live. We're live. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Just gonna wait a little bit. Let people come in and join. Um. Yeah. Okay, I got the notification. That's good. That's always a good sign. A good way to start the day. All right. Give me a second. All messages. There we go. All right. All right. Uh. Yeah, welcome. Hello. Welcome to a Saturday, Sunday, Sonic Sunday, something. I don't know what it's called. It's Sonic Sunday, but on a Saturday, okay? So, yeah. Sonic Saturday Part 2, exactly. Thank you, KR. Thank you for that. But welcome, KR. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you like the title. Tailstube is back. I hope you like that. Sun Atterday, exactly. It's Sun Atterday, Sonic Sun Atterday today, and yeah, we're just doing a live stream today instead of tomorrow. But should be fun either way. I am fine. That is good to hear. I'm glad to hear that you are doing fine. Hopefully, it can get a little bit better with the live stream. But I think there is, okay, I'm just gonna put, we'll watch Tailtubes first. I think we're done with Sonic for Hire, so we're not gonna do that. And then I'll just add IDW number, whatever we're on. I don't remember what number we're on. Number something. But let me know if you have any suggestions, KR. And yeah. We'll get started shortly. Huh. Okay. I don't know what to suggest. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we can just start with Tailstube, and then people might be rolling in soon here. So let me click here. Okay. We have Shadow in today's Tailstube, so that's a good start. Okay. Alright, let me put the screen up. Let's watch Tailstube number 7, Between Two Hedgehogs, is today's episode. So let's check this out.
Oh, we're live. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. You know, I've met an awful lot of hedgehogs through the years. They all have such unique personalities and fascinating perspectives. It got me thinking, why not invite some of them onto my show and get to know each other better? So with...
What's up, Sean? How you doing? We're watching Tailstube number 7, so just gonna quickly check this out.
that in mind, I'd like to welcome you to a new segment I'm calling Between Two Hedgehogs. To start us off, I'd like to introduce the two fastest guys I know, Sonic
Yo!
and Shadow.
Let's get this over with.
See, when you pitched this thing to me, Tails, I thought we were going to be talking about Shadow. Like, out of earshot.
If you have anything to say, you can say it to my face. Unless you're afraid.
So the topic for today is making amends. You know, burying the hatchet.
I don't know, buddy. We never really got along.
From the moment we met, we've been at odds. We're polar opposites.
I don't know. I think my magnetic personality is quite attractive.
And yet when you're near me, I feel repulsed.
But they say opposites attract. And you guys have put aside your differences and saved the world.
Yeah,
Like how you two
okay.
put the Ark arc back into orbit.
Yeah. You were pretty clutch back there. I was surprised you could turn super too.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
See? You two can get along. Sorta.
Yeah, until he jumped us during the next adventure.
You were in our way. You're so fast, you should have just quickly moved aside.
Yeah. Ultimate sore loser says what?
What?
Got him.
Tails, he's spouting gibberish and laughing at nothing.
I think what he's trying to say is, despite the rocky reunion, you two came together again to save the day.
Well, hold on. We all came together to save the day. It wasn't just me and Shadow.
Yes, it was for the common good.
Ah, so you're in agreement.
Well,
Of course.
yeah. Wait.
There's no denying you two have fought more often than not, which means you've gotten to know each other through your battles. So here's the ultimate challenge for you. Say one positive thing about each other.
Bruh.
Oh, well, if it's too hard for you.
I am the ultimate life form. Nothing is impossible for me.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Prove it.
All right. Well, okay, so I'll admit it. Your chaos control technique is really cool. Warping around in a split second rocks.
Yes. Well, I was very impressed you could do it as well. With a weaker, fake Chaos Emerald, no less. It was a truly impressive feat.
Aw, see? You do respect each other.
Okay.
We rarely see eye to eye, but you do stick to your principles. You do things your way, and I can't fault you for that.
Yes. Friendship achieved.
Friendship? If he gets in my way, I'll crush him like any other.
Oh, you'll try, Faker, but I'll show you who's the best next time we throw down.
There's no time like the present, Blue Hedgehog. Race across the island, coast to coast.
You're on.
Very well. Try to keep up. Chaos Control!
Hey, that's cheating!
Bruh. Okay.
Well, at least we've proved that they can get along. Momentarily. That's one small step in the right direction. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more Tailstube.
Tailstube, okay. Yeah, Tailstube is pretty short. I wish they made longer episodes, but anyways, sup nerds, hi nerd, on a trip right now. This made my day, man. Well, I'm glad, Sean. I am glad. What trip are you going on, bro? Where you headed? If you don't mind me asking. Kind of glad Tim ain't here for this one. He'd be stroking out. Hey, yo. I mean, you're not wrong, but no, I wanted to see Tim's reaction to to Shadow being here. Anything you can do, I can do better than you. Exactly. Watch time procrastinate Sonic Debate Part 1. Wait, what's Sonic Debate? What? On a trip with the trip, lol. Which type of trip are we talking about? There's a lot of trips, bro. Okay, let me see here. What words? Okay. Oh yeah, Sean, let me know if you have any recommendations as well. And yes, tomorrow will be an Iris reaction video. I have it ready to go, Sean. So don't you worry. I have it ready to go. It was gonna be today, but then I just decided to stream today. So you'll get the Iris video tomorrow. It's like almost 13 minutes. So it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good song. It's a good song. I can say that as well. Trip from Sonic Superstars. Oh, okay. I'm coming back home now from Mexico. Yeah, I go there a lot. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I would love to check out Mexico one day. Alex said he is heading to sleep, so he can't join. Okay. Bruh, I'm heading to sleep. Unfortunately, biggest news is actually that the Knuckles TV series dropped. It has some sus moments. Well, one sus moment in particular, and one absolutely wild moment. Oh god, okay. Okay. Yeah, I might also do a live stream on Monday. Don't quote me on that, but I most likely will be doing a live stream on Monday as well. It's either watching more IDW comics or maybe possibly playing another Sonic game. I'm not gonna say which one it is because I don't know which one it is yet, but we'll see. We'll see. But on Monday I'll probably do another live stream, either playing a game or just binging IDW comics. So if you're here on Monday, we can enjoy that. But yeah, I'll just put that in Discord chat as well. Monday, I will most likely be streaming as well. Probably either binging IDW comics or playing a Sonic game. There we go. Okay, it's in the Discord chat as well. Okay. Alex just like, oh, okay. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure yet. Let me put this up here. Okay, Gurger's cooking. It's time. The time has come. I can just put the screen up. I don't know why the screen's not up here. I'll put the screen up as well. You guys can see the chat. Alex, I'm just gonna say, Alex, you're on stream. You're on stream. By the way, don't say something sus. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me see the chat. I haven't seen the Knuckles show yet. Okay. Apparently, who has? I think Zach and who else? Cheese. I think Cheese as well. Zach and Cheese have. I don't know about Alex. I think he has because he says. I don't know. I think he has watched it as well, but yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything if you haven't watched it. Oh no, KR's watched it as well. KR, don't spoil anything for Sean. Ooh, he's playing Sonic Labyrinth. Wait, no, wait, he's playing Sonic Schoolhouse. I've seen it. Wait, okay. Then get I'm on stream now and not when I was participating in a certain activity earlier today. Wait, what? What's my man saying, bro? what? Yo, Alex, bro. What are you talking about, bro? I would never say anything sus on stream. Okay. Totally. All right. Okay. Yeah, we will. Okay. Yeah, Monday either we'll watch just a lot of IDW comics or I'll play a Sonic game. I'm not exactly sure which one yet, but we'll see. I don't know if it's I don't even know how to like or do you need to play on a console like if it's like a Sonic game. Example, if it's like Sonic Forces. If you're playing Sonic Forces on PC, do you need to like connect your controller or something like that, or can you just play with the mouse and keyboard? Or do you guys know how that is, or I don't know how it works. Or do you need like a PS5 or something controller or something like that? Because then I would need to probably set stuff up if that's the case. For legal reasons, that was a joke, by the way. I got you. Totally joking. Yes, everything joke. Johnny, we love you. There we go. Okay. All right, that's enough of the Discord chat. All right, let me put up yeah, basically it's just a convo between me and Alex. Alright. Okay, bro. He says, F the rest of you guys, man. Okay, so Alex is calling you guys out because you guys are free to watch the stream. Oh god. Okay, go to sleep now, Alex. Big day tomorrow. Yes. Okay. What we're gonna watch, I forgot now. Okay, Sean, you'll never believe it, but Knuckles is in the TV show. Play a Sonic game. You can get them on PC, and you need a controller. You can use an Xbox controller. Okay. Alright. Sounds good, Alex. Sounds good. Good night. Alright. Okay, so I can play on the PC, but I need a controller, according to KR. Alright. Well, then I need to set some stuff up then. Does it have to be an Xbox, KR, or can it be like a PS5 or something like that? How'd it work? How's it work? I'll probably just like search it up or something like that. YouTube can come in clutch for me. Alright, you know what? Let's just watch some IDWs, man, honestly. I want to watch some IDWs. IDW, which number we're on? 22? We did 21. 22. Okay, there we go. We're on 22. Alright, let's watch IDW number 22. And then we'll go from there. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me put my screen up. Alright. Let's watch IDW issue number 22 dub. And see how that is. What about my suggestion? We'll watch the suggestion after watching like 1 or 2 IDWs, KR. I heard complaints that the Knuckles show focuses too much on the comic relief human character from the first 2 movies. I'll have to see for myself. I'm not exactly sure, but she said it was not the best. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you'll find out, Sean, when you watch it. But according to Cheese, it's not the best. Anyways, we'll watch this IDW now. Let's watch this.
Oh boy. Let's see where we are. Sonic's running around getting data for Tails. He should be near Barricade Town by now, I think. Tails is doing his research in Central City while Tango and Whisper cover support and evacuation. Silver is handling the evacuation of Ice Paradise on his own. Looks like Vector and Espio just got back with the refugees from Pine Grove Village. Rouge is still missing in action. And I'm talking to myself way too much. Break time, Miss Rose! Yes, please. What do I get? 5 minutes? Weeks? Years? How do you do it, Cream? It's Mother's recipe, and she learned it from her mother. I'd be happy to teach it to you. I mean, stay this upbeat and sunny. It isn't easy. I still can't sleep very well. I dream of cheese and chocolate, and what happened? But I know Mother is afraid too! I see everyone hiding here is just as scared! And that spreads just like the metal virus! So I'm gonna be as brave as Cheese was! I'm gonna put on the biggest smile I can and share it with everyone! And I can do that because of you! You're a hero and an adventurer, and you never give up! You and Mr. Sonic and all our friends will find a way to save us! So why be sad when I know things will be okay in the end? You're my hero too, Cream. Thank you so much. Now then, how do you take your tea? Right now? Plain's fine. I just need something to keep me up.
Tails to Restoration HQ! Do you copy? I'm checking in!
I'm here, Tails. How's the cure coming?
We've been granted a golden opportunity. Eggman's newest patsy has invited us into his base. He expects us to fix the crisis on the world below. We will accept his hospitality and then punish him for it.
Unless, this is another trap. I'd rather not be Eggman's slave again, Kay? Thanks.
You dare! We underestimated the Doctor the first time. This time we are prepared. We will punish him for our humiliation. We will destroy Sonic for defeating us, and we will grind their world to dust in retribution.
Thank you for the refreshments. I'd love to relax with you, but I should get back to work. Me too!
I quit shoving!
Froggy, where are you?
Oh my
Is this all the space they have?
We don't have enough room for everyone.
I said back off, Mac!
Unit's designation is not Mac. It is Gmurl.
I don't care if it were king of everything. You ain't throwing Charmy out.
You have brought in a Zombat. He is a pathogenic threat to Cream. He must be removed.
He got infected being a hero. I didn't carry this containment bubble everywhere and track him down just for you to throw him out. The Chaotix don't abandon their own. I'll look after him, and I'll have an easier time without you breathing down my neck.
This unit does not breathe.
You know what I mean.
Gmurl, it's okay!
Negative. Charmy B is a threat to your health.
We talked about this, remember?
Affirmative. Charmy B is a victim, but
Mr. Vector and Mr. Espio will take good care of him. They won't let anyone get sick from him.
I understand your concern, but Vector has a solid plan. We'll securely store Charmy in Tails' lab alongside Omega. Once Tails has found the cure, Charmy will be immediately accessible.
That sounds like a wonderful plan.
it is acceptable.
Don't be discouraged. You'll learn to think like us one day.
Illogically and self-destructively?
No. Sheesh, not much room to move, huh? Is this inch taken?
It's fine.
I've been here a while. You?
Just got in from Pine Grove Village.
Never been.
It was nice.
I'm sure it was. I'm from Glass Hill.
Oh, this guy's infected, bro. Ayo, this guy's infected, bro. Get your ass out of here, dog. Bro, what the hell, bro? How the hell is what? Nobody else is covering themselves, and then you have one person in the corner just covering themselves, bro. Come on now, bro. Come on now.
Anywhere near us. It was all zombots from other places that just wandered into our town and... Hey, are you okay?
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to be alone.
Zombots! It's a zombot!
Everyone, stay calm. Don't...
Look out, Creed.
Whoa, Charmy!
Let me through. It's gonna...
Oh no! All pilots to your shuttles. Prep for immediate takeoff. Restoration HQ has been compromised. I'm initiating a full evac.
Oh god.
All field teams, we... Huh? How bad is it?
10% infection and growing exponentially. I cannot contain active zombots.
Grab Omega and get to the launch bay. Scan everyone who tries to get in.
Negative. I must protect Cream. I lost her when I was attacked. I must...
You're the fastest one here, and we'll need Tails to rebuild Omega later to protect everyone. Get Omega, get to the shuttles, I'll find Cream, and bring her right to you.
Orders acknowledged.
Cream, we've got to go!
Please, Rose, please, get my little girl to safety! Thank you.
Gmurl?
Mission objectives complete. Scanning. You are both free of infection.
Go back! Please!
Damn, bro.
We're the other pilots?
Only one made it through. Not that many of the refugees made it either.
Go find your seat. I'll be with you in just a second, okay?
Scan complete. Everyone within is infected to some degree.
Alright, let's close it up before... No, you don't! I swear, kid, you're such a pain in my tail! Victor!
Vector is compromised. Immediate quarantine required.
Yeah. I guess this is what I get for looking after my own. I'll beat him back. Close up the door behind me. Hey, SBO, you're lead detective now.
Vector is very strong. As a Zombot, he will break down the door soon.
You're right. We need to go. SBO, come on. We've got to escape.
Roger that.
Come on, people! Our ride is here! Hustle, hustle, hustle! Tails, we're airborne! Come on!
Wait, where are the other shuttles? We didn't have money, but... We're the only one that made it out. What are you saying? Restoration HQ has fallen, and almost everyone with it. Ah! No! Even if the upload was incomplete, I could have still done something in my lab there! You mean the data for the cure? It's gone! The Zombots trashed everything! Our only hope now is that Sonic gets back with his data analyzer intact.
Damn, bruh.
Jewel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Slow down. What's happening?
Okay then.
Next time, the same day, a different adventure.
Okay then. Well, that's what they get for not scanning. One person ruined everything, bro. One person. And they let them ruin everything. Oh my god, okay. Oh man, I want to watch number 23. We'll watch number 23 now. Just give me a second. Probably still better than season 3 of Sonic Prime, bro. Bro, oh, the Deadly Six. The green one is a baddie, though. Sean, yo. Hey, yo, Sean, bro, chill. Bro's in his feelings, man. There's always one that hides his infection and zombie stuff. Exactly. There's always just one person who always hides his infection. It's on them for not checking. Pretty much, yeah. I'm invested in these. Yeah, I love these IDW comics, bro. They're actually so good. We'll watch one more, and then we'll watch the Sam video that KR wants us to watch. So, Sonic, IDW number 23. And then we'll get into a Sam video. And then we'll go from there. Alright. I think the screen's up. Let me double check. Okay, let's see.
Yo, Tails, you there?
I'm here! Where are you?
I'm not far outside of Barricade Town. Everything going well on your end?
Yes, and very much no. The data from the bioscanner I gave you is coming in perfectly. On the other hand, Eggman hit Central City with the metal virus just as we got into town.
Yikes! Hang tight. I'll make a U-turn and be there soon.
No! You keep running! We need your speed data. It may be the only key to finding a cure. Plus, it'll be a backup in case something happens on my end.
Gotcha. Still, stay safe.
Thanks. I should be fine. I've got to let you go, Sonic.
Sure thing. You go be brilliant.
I'll try.
And now I'm on my own again. Usually doesn't feel this lonely. There's Barricade Town. Seems like yesterday Knuckles and I were busting Rough and Tumble's extortion racket. Now those mooks are zombots at the bottom of a mine. Hopefully the town is... Nope. Looks like it fell to the metal virus too. Should I check for survivors? And do what, smart guy? You can't carry them to safety. And if a zombot gets a lucky hit on Tails' gizmo, we lose out on the data. So, which is right? Risking it all to maybe save one person? or keep on running so I can save everyone. Wait a minute. Is that... Eggman?
What the hell?
Now trying frequency 141.12.
Zombots! This is your master speaking. Everyone! No, I don't know. Locate!
Now trying frequency 141.13.
This is so tedious! I should have rigged an automated version to play from the spaceship!
Wideband broadcasts have had no effect. We agreed a tight band localized attempt was the best next step.
Don't get passive-aggressive with me! If you're going to ride my coattails, then you better have my back!
All I'm saying, sir, is that in hindsight, it would have been smart to have a failsafe for the metal virus mutating beyond your control.
Is it really my fault when my creations exceed my expectations? Maybe we're going about this the wrong way. What about your special gemstone?
The warp topaz?
Indeed! You're able to warp space-time to create portals with just a small electrical charge. Imagine what I could do if I hooked it up to the Chaos Emeralds aboard the spaceship!
Absolutely not! When I found it, the warp topaz responded strongly to even the most passive of energy waves. In my early experiments, anything above a light-controlled charge resulted in extreme reality alteration. It can be a useful tool when used properly, but what you're proposing is exceedingly dangerous.
It'll be fine. We just need to be cautious.
Cautious? You aren't anything but cautious. You've yet to inoculate us to the metal virus.
Shows what you know. There is no vaccine.
But how are you going to protect us from infection?
By not touching the zombots. Duh.
What if there was a spill on the spaceship? Or a mishap in the field? Or it mutates and becomes airborne?
You've exceeded my threshold for nitpicking, Doctor.
It's not nitpicking! It's common sense!
You shut your bill, or I'll staple it shut!
Aw, is the honeymoon over already?
If it isn't patient zero, have you enjoyed watching my unbeatable plan unfold?
For once, I'm going to skip the banter. You're going to tell me right here, right now. Why did you do it?
What? I've been trying to take over the world for years. You know that. You've been underfoot the entire time.
I mean going back to the mad scientist shtick. Sure, Dr. Fashion Disaster over there gave you back your memories. But you chose to go back to your old ways. What was wrong with being like Mr. Tinker?
That's not who I am.
Not be him, be like him.
Oh, what? You want me to be a charitable goody two-shoes? Fixing doorknobs and building toys? Living on grateful smiles, listening to children's laughter day in, day out? Making things people need and use? That life was relaxing, but I'm doing something better. I'm bringing peace and unity to the world and providing it with my brilliant guidance.
No, you're not!
Agree to disagree. You know, we're not that different, you and I. We both have our own styles that we won't change.
Yeah, but yours is evil and mine's not.
Again, agree to disagree.
I'm running out of time, and I'm totally out of patience. You're going to reverse the metal virus, or else...
Or else what? You can't stop me. No one can. The metal virus's infection has spread exponentially. I couldn't stop it now even if I wanted to. All that's left is to find a way to command the zombots, and then I will finally rule the world!
Fine! Tails will handle it, and I'll handle you!
One last battle before you're my zombots leave.
One last butt-kicking before we lock you away forever!
Here it is, a scene I've dreamed of seeing firsthand. All I feel is apathy. Neo Metal Sonic nearly succeeded in reviving the Eggman Empire, but he acted too brashly. He thought overwhelming power would win the day without a proper plan. I thought it was because he'd been designed as a counter to Sonic, a ballistic missile with a built-in grudge. But the first biodata he downloaded was Eggman's. And here we are, seeing the exact same brute force strategy. I got lost in the pageantry, in his showmanship. I was inspired by Eggman's legend. But man simply doesn't measure up.
You can't run forever, rodent! You'll tire eventually, and then my virus will take hold!
If you're so proud of it, why don't you try it?
Don't touch me!
Whoa!
Yeah!
Sure would be nice if you had a cure handy, huh?
Steven! I command you! That worked?
No, I found an effective command signal. Maybe I won't have to use my own plans after all. But then, what will you learn from this?
Excellent work! Now upload that frequency to the spaceship so I can command the Zombots of the world!
No! No, Zombot army for you.
Pick me up, pick me up, pick me up! Higher! Faster!
There's too much weight!
Sonic, you idiot! Now nobody can control the Zombots. They'll destroy my factories along with everything else!
Gee, darn! Better work on a cure, huh?
Never! I'll pave over the Horde if I have to!
As dubious as that plan sounds, I suggest we try something else first. Let's retreat for now.
This is a Pyrrhic victory, Sonic! I've already won the war! You're just too stubborn to admit you've lost! Oh, my aching head. I hate that hedgehog!
I'm sorry to say the upload failed, sir. I'm afraid that in all the commotion, I didn't memorize the working frequency. I do recall the range, though, so we can start from...
Why bother?
Excuse me?
It's too risky to use it at so close a range. And besides, the metal virus is most likely already adapting to resist it. I'm not going to go through that tedium again just for it to not work.
Then what do we do next?
First, I enjoy infecting wherever we are. Norbert?
Spiral Hill Village, sir. The metal virus has already been deployed.
Excellent. After that, I don't know. I'll think of something.
Oh man, I did exactly what Tails warned me not to do. I didn't protect the data reader. I haven't been able to protect my friends. I put my faith in the idea everyone has a little good in them. And Eggman's made me pay for it every day.
But I can't give up. I've got to protect my friends who are still safe. I've got to find a way to save the ones who got infected. I've screwed up. A lot. But I still have time to make things right. I feel like I'm going to collapse, though. Is this what everyone feels like after a run?
Sonic, it's Amy. Are you there?
I'm here. On the run. What's up?
Listen, Sonic, it's bad. Restoration Base has fallen. The Zombots destroyed Tails' lab. We're on our way to Tangle's hometown to evacuate it. Can you help?
Yeah, of course. I'm on my way. Man, oh man. I guess the good news is things officially can't get any worse.
We have been tested, Master Zik. Eggman used us as his enforcers. Sonic humiliated us in battle. This will not go unanswered.
But vengeance must be exact. It was wise of you to have us bide our time, letting our hatred and anger fester.
And now our patience has paid off. Dr. Starline.
Zavok.
You've returned sooner than I anticipated.
Yes, well, today's events have cemented the fact that your abilities are needed. You can exert your will over machines, correct?
I thought you might need a demonstration. Whether it's one robot or 100, the Deadly Six and I can command them all. We are all very eager to see Eggman again. When can we begin to serve him?
Very soon. I just need to do some last-minute preparations on my end.
We shall wait with bated breath.
I'll be in touch.
The naive fool. He has no idea we will take Eggman's unruly army and turn it against him.
Just so, Master Zik. We will journey to the lands below. We will take command of these Zombots. We will use them to destroy Eggman, destroy Sonic, and destroy the world they have warred over for so long. Our vengeance will be merciless. Our victory, absolute.
The file said Eggman used the cacophonous conch to enslave the Zeti, and that they were eager to turn on him. Zavok is planning to betray me the minute he steps aboard. But I've done my research, and being an avid collector of Eggman's paraphernalia means I'm already prepared. Take note, Eggman. This is how you do it.
Yo, this shit is actually so good, bro. It's actually so good, man. But yeah, that Dr. Starline guy, yeah, he's gonna turn on Eggman too, bro. That guy. That's why they say don't meet your heroes or some shit like that, you know, because it's not gonna be what you expect most of the time. So yeah, I think he's gonna turn on Eggman, you know, try to take over himself, and yeah, something will happen. I guess we'll find out. But anyways, yeah, these are so good to watch, man. I actually love them.
Next time, the battle for Spiral Hill Village.
Okay. Let's see the chat. Hate if you want, but I enjoy action in Sonic, so I think Sonic Prime Season 3 was good. Sup, y'all? Omega, how you doing? What's up? Another Sunday stream, G. It's a Sunaturday. Omega, lol. I almost said Suna. I don't even know what that is. Sunade? I don't know. We have our own style and we don't change reference to open your heart. I can suggest the videos we couldn't watch the last 2 streams. Sounds good, Sean. Let me know. So, G story about the song you checked out got muted. I found out other reaction channels have the same problem too. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but the company or the owner of that specific band does not, for some reason, want people to use the audio. So I don't know why, but that's why I couldn't use the audio in the video. Omega. There is one of the commenters mentioned because the song is still not added yet to YouTube Music's waiting for the official CD release next month, if I'm not mistaken, but glad the music video is available. Maybe it's because of that. It could be because of that it's not, I guess, officially released yet. So maybe when it officially releases, then it might not have that issue, but I'm not sure. Things will all of a sudden get worse afterwards. Don't trust anyone but yourself sometimes. Exactly. Just gotta trust yourself. Okay, do we watch one more or should we watch another video? One more or should we watch another video? Let me know. Everything wrong with Sonic Frontiers by a video I mostly disagree with from someone I like. Cool to see you reacting a lot to idol groups. They're really good, Omega. I am enjoying the groups you're sending my way. It is good. My Sam suggestion now. Okay, fine. Nobody wants to watch another IDW, I guess. Fine, guys. I won't watch another one. It's not like I'm addicted to or something. Yeah, we'll watch the Sam suggestion then. Okay. Let's check. Let's check this out. Just found out to me and ZB1 under the same Japanese agency company now. That's cool. What one did you search? I searched all main Sonic games debate with Twip and Premi Darumi part 1. So 31 minutes. It was like 3-4 years ago he made this video. Then watch the response video by... I got you. Well, we shall do that as well, Sean. That's the one. Alright, let's watch the Sam video and then we'll watch Sean's recommendation. Oh, No. Okay. Let's check this out. This debate gets very chaotic. And one exciting news, Jin of BTS will return from military pretty soon in 2 months, so do check in on other idol groups before reacting to BTS later. Sounds good, Omega. Twip is kind of an a-hole when it comes to Pokemon. Well then.
Hello procrastinators, Sam here. Welcome to I Sit in the Corner while Twip and Prem yell at each other for 40 minutes! Yes! No, just joking. So, I decided I just wanted to have kind of like a debate. I don't think it's any secret that me, Twip, and Premi all have different views on the series. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just bring us all together in a call, and let's just go through each mainline Sonic game and just say what we think about him. And who knows? Let's see what happens.
This is basically a case study. We'll hear Twip's opinions. We refer to those as the wrong ones, and then
no, we don't. So if all three of us are trapped in a room,
opinion.
Okay, so
my opinions are objectively correct, so they cannot be debated. Twip. End of story.
Alright, guys. All right. With that said, let's start with Sonic the Hedgehog 1, original 1991 release on the Sega Genesis.
Sonic 1. Classic fans act like the era was so perfect.
You know what? Sonic
they had
1.
3 acts per zone.
Sonic 1.
Acts.
Oh man.
Sonic 1 was underrated, and still is. It is not
underrated. It's the highest game of the franchise.
Let me rephrase that. It is the most underrated classic Sonic game because it's always the one that is considered the worst. And I don't think it is at all.
Yeah, you're right. CD's the worst. Well, that's
no, it's not.
Okay, so
the worst is Sonic 2.
Sonic 1 for me served as, again, a test ground for what Sonic can do. So obviously, I mean, Green Hill Zone was really the Green Hill Zone and Starlight was like the really some of the only levels in the game that really take advantage of Sonic's momentum and speed. To say, I will agree a little bit that Sonic 1 wasn't the best in terms of, you know, getting used to Sonic, because the second zone is Marble Zone, which was nothing but slow, linear pathway.
Okay, underrated, unpopular opinion, but Marble Zone was lit.
This is going to be surprising. Prem's about to say that Marble Zone is underrated, and I'm about to agree. I think the level design is slow, but I fucking love the aesthetics, I love the music.
Oh yeah,
I think the whole punching block.
I mean, that stuff is great for any level. It's just, you know, again, what I like in Sonic 1. In fact, you know what? I want to just not just talk about Sonic 1. I want to make this about Sonic 1 versus Sonic 2 real quick, because I'm ready to punch Twip in the face here. Now listen to me. I have a firm belief that Sonic 2 in every way is better than Sonic 1. That is like the general consensus of this series.
Well, the general consensus is wrong. It's wrong. Wrong.
Oh my god! How?
Okay,
Sonic 2 was the ultimate evidence that 2X is the prime and 3X is too many. And then they went to 6 colors. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
So hang on. Explain, Twip, real quick. Explain why you believe Sonic 1 is better than Sonic 2.
Okay. Number 1, the special stages suck in Sonic 2. They are absolute trash. In the Christian Whitehead port or remaster, they were way better. In Sonic 2, they are absolute dog trash. I hate them. So
your first point is the extra content, which for starters, special stages in Sonic 1 do fucking nothing. For the record,
the most important part. The fucking level design in Sonic 2 is
they do nothing in Sonic 1. They don't even need to be there.
Okay, the level design is trash in
superior.
Sonic 2
Okay, that is literally factually false. That is a lie.
You know what? Not that is linear.
Okay, let me explain real quick.
Objectively.
From my point of view, here's the thing. I grew up on Sonic 2, so I understand that there's going to be a little bit of nostalgia bias there, and I do bring that as a fact. But the thing is, I also did grow up with Sonic 1 at the same time, but I always like Sonic 2 more for the fact that it doesn't slow you down forcefully. Unlike, you know, like we have levels like Metropolis Zone, and we'd have some things that aren't the best, but about 85% of Sonic 2 is all about your choice of momentum, your speed, and you getting better and keeping your speed going. There's literal points in Sonic 1 where you can't just keep going. The game will force to slow you down.
I agree that Sonic 2 balances speed and platforming better than Sonic 1, which kind of just like, here's the platforming part for like 30 seconds.
Easier one, so it's better.
But the level design in Sonic 2 is so problematic and bullshit with its enemy placement.
Oh, Sonic 1.
That sounds like just like
Brain Act 3. Oh my god.
That sounds like you're just talking about Metropolis Zone only.
No! There's like Aquatic Ruin where there's so many different...
Aquatic Ruin is the best water level though! Because you can choose to be in the water or not based on how good you are.
I love it when enemies pop out the wall from nowhere. Boom! Ring's gone.
That's why you gotta that's why you gotta replay the game and get better at it anyways.
Replayability.
I think no. See, here's my approach to Sonic. I shouldn't have to memorize a level 1 trillion times.
Just played Sonic at heights for 7 hours straight though. What was that for?
Well, hold on.
Right, we're not forces yet. Prem your shit.
We're talking about 2D and classic Sonic. It mixed up in my brain.
We'll get to forces, but hold on real quick. So that argument that you shouldn't have to replay a level to like know where they are. But
no. I'm not saying you could like. The enemies should you should be able to see them coming. You should still be able to
Sonic is designed in a way that you don't even take any real pain from getting hit. You just lose rings, which you just grab again. It's not like you die by getting hit.
Which are needed for the special stages. So I agree that the rings definitely help with that fucking shit design, but yeah, it's no. I just think that the enemy placements, I think the bottomless pits, like the one in bloody Mystic Cave and you supersonic. Oh shit, I'm stuck in the bottom forever.
Bottomless pit, the bottom. That's why it's called a regular pit.
Here's my thing on Sonic 2. Like I mentioned, I know you mentioned the special stages before. The thing with Sonic 2 is that it gives you multiple chances to do the special stages. Unlike Sonic 1, where you have a set. You have like what? Like you have like
one per
act. You know what? I knew you were going to bring this up. Because the checkpoints are closer to each other, you're likely to collect less rings. Plus, if you slightly go off screen when you run past a checkpoint, bam, that's it. It's gone forever.
You talking about at the very end for the boss?
No, I'm talking about in Sonic 2, when you get one of the checkpoints and you've got 50 rings, you go slightly past. Like, you go slightly off screen with that shit,
but if
and that
you
is
knew
gone.
Going into it, you would stop.
Right, but then it goes back into that whole, you have to know exactly
where the Sonic 1, if you finish the level and you don't go into the ring
here's my thing.
Then you can't go in.
I mean, I agree, that's also
here's
like,
my thing. I do hear
split.
it a lot that Sonic 2 special stages are kind of BS because you have to memorize that, but here's the thing. I did it when I was like 6 years old. So like I was not like a quote unquote gamer at the time. I was a 6-year-old kid. So I really don't think they're as bad.
Special stations as a kid, to be honest.
I really don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be. But the thing that I like about Sonic 2 special stages versus Sonic 1's is that Sonic's 1's, sometimes you can lose and you have zero control over it because the stage is rotating constantly.
Right, you know what? Have you thought about the level?
Sonic 1 special stages.
You will never be able to convince me that the special stages in Sonic 2 are good. They are some of the worst in the whole franchise.
But here's the thing. Though. You wanna know why that the special stages don't bother me though? Is because I actually like the bad ending in Sonic 2. I like the bad ending more than the good ending. So it doesn't bother me when I don't get all the emeralds in Sonic 2. Even Sonic 1, I don't even get the emeralds in Sonic 1. I really don't.
Well, you know what?
Nobody really cares.
I agree with you because of what they did to Tails in future games.
Yeah. All right, so real quick, let's move on to Sonic CD real quick before we go on to Sonic 3. Now,
Sonic 2, you just kind of brought it in. Oh, no, we did actually.
I forgot to say Sonic 2 is the worst classic Sonic game.
You said it already, and it was wrong before. And it was wrong
I
now.
don't hate CD. I just think that
it's the worst classic Sonic game.
I really think
aside from Forces.
I kind of think about CD the same way I think about Sonic 1. The thing is like the only difference that I hold CD to is because Sonic 1 already came out and they didn't seem to really take anything from what they've learned. Other than like some levels here and there, but we have levels like Wacky Workbench where the bottom of the level just continuously bounces you up. Like level design like that completely hinders the game, and honestly it's so hard to see what's like. I played that game so many times and it's hard to see enemies because the background is so vibrant. Yeah, what's up?
Couldn't I say the same thing about Sonic 2?
I feel like the colors in CD make it in the background in CD makes it more hard to see than in Sonic 2. I feel like Sonic 2...
Can I just mention again Aquatic Ruin?
Again,
because that stage has a huge visibility issue.
The best part of Sonic CD is when you get to the end credits and you realize that it's finished. You don't have to keep playing it.
And you know what? Can we mute Prem? Because CD is a very cool game. I agree that its level design is really wonky and
CD is the worst.
But it definitely has a style to it.
The level design discourages movement in the forward direction.
This is gonna be a cheat point on my end, but the game is so bizarre and weird that it makes it have charm.
That's the thing. The game has charm.
And you can still speedrun the game like a normal Sonic game. I've done it before. Like, you can still speed through the stages.
Oh, Twitter's done it before, so that means we should all enjoy it. Yes.
This is
Twitter's done it before.
Just a quick message that I do not endorse what any of these two are saying. I'm just joking. But
speedruns forces.
Also, the best soundtrack in the whole series. Bam, 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 bam.
No.
Yes, yeah.
The soundtrack in CD.
The CD soundtrack is overrated.
Japanese.
Do not say that about the Japanese soundtrack in Sonic CD.
Overrated. It has a few standout songs. The rest are alright.
Oh boy,
Prem likes the Sonic 4 soundtrack.
Honestly, I feel like it's not hard to beat the Sonic 4
soundtrack. It's better than the main soundtrack. So you get to go right now.
Wait, what did you just say? Hold on, wait.
Twip thinks the Forces OST is better than the Mania OST. If you want to go there now, we can go there.
We'll get there, I guess, considering the fact that...
Which soundtrack do you prefer, Sonic 4 or Sonic CD?
You just fucking move on to the next
Which one is it? No, what's the answer? What's the answer? Come on, just answer it. We can move on.
The one from the 2D game.
Which one? Sonic 4 or Sonic 2? I mean, Sonic CD, sorry. Sonic CD or Sonic 4? Come on.
I'm going to assume he's going to choose Sonic CD. If you choose Sonic 4, I swear.
He's choosing... No, Sam. The answer may surprise you.
I'm going to check my tier list because I don't actually remember what I put. Let me see.
Sam, the answer is Sonic 4.
No, let me check the tier list first.
He said it to me before. I remember.
Do you have a list? Do you have to check a list?
Well, yeah. Well, you don't have to check it, but we've made like Sonic tier lists for music in the past.
I put it in the Discord.
You put it in D? You put it in the same one as Sonic Chronicles?
No. The D one is the US one. The D one is the US one.
It's in Rise.
C is
oh my god! Wait, what the hell is Sonic Mania doing there? Oh my god!
Sonic Mania is S-rank, young man. Don't.
Number 2. Oh my god! Oh, look at where Sonic 4 is. It beats Colors.
Anyways.
Generation soundtrack is overrated as well. But
all right,
you guys are ready for that conversation.
So Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
The best classic Sonic game.
I would say it's also the best.
It's second after Sonic 2, then it's Sonic 3.
The thing is like I like Sonic. Okay, here's the thing. Like I mentioned before, I grew up with Sonic 2, so I have nostalgia for that game, and my go-to is always Sonic 2. But I will agree that Sonic 3 Knuckles is the better experience, whole package when it's put together. Yeah. But I do still like Sonic 2. What's up?
Question though.
What's up?
Because we're going in order, right? We have to also treat them as separate games.
No, we don't.
Which half is better?
Well, no.
Sonic 3.
Why do we have to split them up? It is one game.
They release separately.
They release separately, but they are one game.
Each one. Yeah,
I
but they release
Sonic
full
3.
price for each, though. I feel like we still have to discuss them as separate entries as well.
I don't think we have to, because it's like...
Isn't that a bit unfair that we just assume that it's one and we don't even review them individually?
That's not an assumption. Well, hold on. It's not an assumption. They are one game. They were just released separately because of...
But when they were released, they were reviewed individually and compared
but they've been it's being officially re-released as Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Okay, so if they released Colors and Gens as one game, do we forever?
That is not the same thing. You know it. That
Generations
is the
wasn't made when they made
argument.
Colors. The thing is
well, actually, do you see my video where they explain that Colors was only made because they could have
what's the source for that? What's the source for that?
There's a source for it. It's in the description.
How is that the first time anyone's ever heard of it when these magical accounts came out, by the way? I'm just saying.
The source was there before the accounts. They just found it.
Look, All I know is I can't really choose because it's been so long since I played them separately because I've almost always played them together.
You know which one's
Sonic 3.
Which famous game is Sonic and Knuckles?
Sonic 3 has Angel Island, Hydrosity, Ice Cap, Launch Base. Yeah.
Hydrosity.
Sonic 3 only had one bad zone. Sonic and Knuckles.
No,
had
real
like
quick,
two
let's
great
go into
zones.
that. Tell me why you think it's Hydrosity and not Hydro City.
Because there's no spaces in the game.
Question. What is a Hydrosity? There you go.
I mean, what's a radical highway? What makes the highway radical?
Yeah.
No. But what is? But Hydro City is a water city.
Right, well then tell Sega to stop putting spaces in the level name in the game!
Well, the dude that says, the spelling of GIF is GIF, but the dude that made it was calling it GIF. He's wrong!
Why the fuck does Sega in the soundtrack releases spell it Hydro City, but then in the game spells it Hydrosity? They've done it multiple times!
You know what?
I mean,
I do agree,
like,
yeah, the spelling
like,
was off, but it's still Hydro City.
I think what it is I think the Japanese people wanted it to be Hydro City, but they translated it poorly and it became known as Hydro City by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But frankly, Hydro City sounds cooler. So
I think it sounds cooler, but I also agree it should be Hydro City, but it's technically
they should just
Hydro
stick with Hydro City because it sounds better.
In the end, but like in the end of the day, though, I think like we should just sum up Sonic 3. I think Sonic 3 has some of the best level design. It has some of the best music, the best style, the whole package, the bosses, and again, just making you feel like you really did something. I feel like having the Super Emeralds and the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds was actually really cool, and I really hope they freaking bring those back because again, you can get to the final, you could get to Doomsday if you just get the Super Emeralds, or if you get the Chaos Emeralds, but the Super Emeralds were really just there to just really kind of just push Supersonic to the next level and really break the game, and you have to really work for those. You have to do 14 levels of super special stages.
A lot of fucking Blue Sphere.
Yeah, but
you know
it's so fun.
Blue Sphere is sick. That's the best classic Sonic special stage.
And you know what's great? Each character, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, they have their own set paths and they have their own story. Well, Sonic and Tails versus Knuckles. You know, Knuckles having his own paths and his own story is really cool and a really nice touch of the detail. And that's something I could give Sonic 3 versus Sonic Mania, actually, where Sonic Mania, all the characters have the same story.
Knuckles is better than Mania.
Me too. Absolutely.
But I mean, that's just, obviously originality and representation.
But yeah, that's all it really comes down to. If I'm going to be honestly, should we just move on to Mania right now before
actually, let me round off my Sonic 3.
And go ahead. 'Cause I feel like
the Sonic 3 portion is so much better than the Knuckles portion. In fact, I usually would play 3 on its own. Only reason I'll go into Knuckles is because the first 2 zones, being Mushroom Hill and Flying Battery, which is one of my favorite classic zones ever. But aside from that, I could just stop after that point and just be fine. But I understand that people like the full package and the way it comes together, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that Sonic 3 Knuckles is one of the best Sonic games, 100%. It's in my top 5.
It's in my top 10, just about.
I really think there's never been a more consistent Sonic game since.
I disagree.
Well, hold on.
Sonic Mania.
Well, hold on. Here's why, I love Sonic Mania, and here's the reason why I love Sonic Mania, and it's for a different reason. I think Sonic Mania gets the level design portion of classic Sonic down better than Sonic 3 Knuckles. I think that, Sonic Mania totally gets level design-wise. Yeah, I know the game wasn't original fully, but, that's, another... that's just another thing the game when it comes to pure level design and pure gameplay. I feel
even on pure level design, I would say that on some levels, yes, Mania does it better than Sonic 3, but not in the whole game. In the high points,
I could play devil's advocate here and say that Sonic Mania maybe pushes for the speed a bit too much. I know some people that were put off by that.
It does, because, and I mean, this is obvious, you should know this at this point, but Sonic games have been progressively getting easier to make them more accessible. Sonic 1 was harder than Sonic 2, Sonic 2 was harder than Sonic 3, and Sonic 3 is harder than Mania. When I say 3, I mean
actually
3 don't together.
I actually really feel like Sonic... okay, no, I probably should... Okay, the thing is, I feel like Sonic 2 is easier than Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I know like near the end, Sonic 2 can be kind of BS, but like in terms of like the whole package, I feel like Sonic 3 and Knuckles can be harder to do when you try to get like everything and just get the good ending.
Everything's a bit different, you know.
Yeah.
Sonic 2, I think more people would struggle with the special stages than Sonic 3. In terms of level design...
Well, no, that's not it being hard. That's just them being designed like shit.
It is harder to beat, right? It's harder for someone to beat.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying.
If you play the Christian Whitehead Sonic 2 on mobile,
We're talking about the original, Benedict. Oh,
right, and you're saying, oh, they've been getting easier, making more accessible. No. Sonic 2's funny special stages are just designed like shit.
Is Sonic 3 easier than Sonic 2, Benedict?
I don't know.
Okay, well, all right. So,
it.
on that note, I think we covered really all the classic games. I think for Mania, we know the general consensus. Great level design, great stuff like that. It just comes down to originality. So it's just like...
Not just originality. I genuinely think some of the levels aren't that fun. Like Press Garden Act 1 was not that fun.
I agree.
Lava Reef drags on, but to be honest, it dragged on.
I love Lava Reef.
I think the only thing that dragged in Mania was Flying Battery.
But that soon.
I really think Flying Battery just... I remember, I think on my first playthrough, I actually think I got a time over in Flying Battery.
Oh my God, I got time over in Chemical Plant Act 2.
How?
Okay, so you know... So there's these parts where you go on the jelly ship and you go into like a loop. I didn't know where the opening was in the loop, and I kept on bouncing. I was like, "What the fuck am I meant to go?" And I wasn't in the precise spot, so I was like, "What the fuck do I do?" And then I got a game over.
Oh, come on,
I was like, "God damn it!"
I figured that out.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna call controversy right here. So I'm gonna say, Sonic Mania's soundtrack isn't that good.
Okay, Twip. Let's just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Do you think
we should have
my Lord and Savior T. Lopes just didn't deliver for you? Let's just hear.
Here's the thing. I think T. Lopes makes fantastic compositions. His work on Team Sonic Racing mostly was excellent. I hate the results music. I think the instrumentation... You couldn't even give him that. It was like,
this is just a reminder that PlayStation does not endorse anything that this man is saying right now, but okay.
No. In Team Sonic Racing, there was the results music used the same instrument as Sonic Mania, and that's my issue. I think a lot of the instrument samples sound really lame, especially the trumpets. I think a lot of the tracks have the same bass feel, and it makes them all blend together.
I mean, we're talking about
that makes sense.
It sounds... She uses the exact same shit on
I think, alright, so if you compare Sonic 3 to Sonic Mania, Sonic 3 sounds more, because it's more chiptune based, it sounds more clean.
We'll be using the same sounds for every zone in Sonic 3
I feel
as well.
like we're going to be arguing about the music for like forever, and I feel like we just
let me just
sum it
up. The instruments in Sonic Mania are not that good, but the new tracks have some fantastic compositions. I would give the soundtrack a B.
Okay, and I would give you a D. Okay, so let's move on to Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure.
Underrated masterpiece. Anyone who disagrees is wrong. Best control in a 3D Sonic game.
The story in Sonic Adventure, because it's aged so badly that it's unbearable to watch, and I can't watch it.
Do you think the story in Adventure is bad?
I think it's aged so poorly that the presentation of it ruins it for me.
Okay. I do not. Okay, listen. I do not like that argument of something aging poorly. The thing is, it's like, because I do understand like things can age poorly, but like Super Mario 64 also aged poorly, and people do not give that game nearly the amount of shit that they give Sonic.
It's not focused on the story. I'm saying the presentation of the cutscenes and the voice acting, all that. I think it's all hot trash now. I think it's all completely terrible.
Well, yeah,
except
of course
for the intro.
they
I think the
weren't
intro
great, but again, that's just okay. Here's the thing that people need to understand: the game came out in 1999, but the game was made in 1998. Like, I feel like people forget that. Like, this is, at the time, that was revolutionary.
I'm not judging for games at the time. I'm judging for games now. And I think now the story is hot trash. I think the gameplay is excellent. I love Sonic stages and that. The story, the soundtrack, phenomenal, always will be. But the story and the way it's presented, I think it's just the worst in the series.
I think the story did something that, I really do think the story in Adventure 1 was honestly not bad at all, because having a character, there's two things. Having a quote-unquote villain like Chaos is just such a cool concept, to have this water monster that morphs and keeps on growing.
Well, no. If you want to talk about the core story, I don't think it's bad. I think the presentation ruins it.
You mean when you mean like just voice acting and the graphics and the
voice
animations.
acting, all that stuff, yeah, like animations and just
I know that stuff holds it back, but does it really ruin the entire experience for you?
For me, it does. For the story, it ruins the whole story. I skip cutscenes every time because it's just unbearable.
It's wrong.
Honestly, I'm able to look past those flaws, honestly, because I really feel like it does something that, honestly, okay, because one of the stories I think about that not a lot of people think about is honestly Gamma's story and adventure is actually really freaking cool. A badnik that becomes self-aware, and it's a bird that becomes self-aware inside this mechanical suit and becomes and goes on this rampage.
Isn't it too advanced to be called a badnik? Isn't it the basic shit that gets the badnik title?
Wait, what is it?
Those one-hit enemies usually called badniks, but the big ones like Gamma and Omega, they don't usually call them badniks. They're just
I call them badniks because it's a robot being controlled or being powered by an animal, badnik. But essentially, what it is though, it's an E-series robot that the first one, by the way, that again, it starts this trend of having E-series robots, and they grow each game until they stopped doing different iterations of them. I think the last one was Sonic. Wasn't Sonic Unleashed? Wasn't the robots in Unleashed E-series robots? Anyways, whatever. My point is though that the story in Adventure, especially for Gammas, honestly, is just really underrated. And I don't know, I just like the fact that this robot becomes self-aware, decides to sabotage and to end up ending himself, for lack of a better term, for the sake of freeing the animal inside of it. It's such a heart-wrenching story, and honestly, and we'll get to Shadow's story and Adventure too, but honestly, in the end of the day, I think Adventure has the best gameplay, some of the best, level design. Yeah, some of it can be glitchy, and some parts can be hasn't aged well, but again, at the time, the game was revolutionary for what it was, and I think even now, Adventure is something that I hope they can. I feel like that game has so much more potential, and I know we're going to go into remaster.
It does. And it does. It has great potential.
If they ever did a remake, I don't want. Here's two things. One, if they cannot replicate what they made in 1998, that'd be sad, gameplay-wise. If they cannot make Sonic control exactly the way he controlled, it would be a sad thing, and I would lose all credibility for Sonic's team. So I'm really worried about that.
They can't do it.
They
won't do it.
Yes, they can.
Do you know why they won't do it? Do you know why they won't do it?
Why won't they?
They will script the levels so that everything works quote-unquote perfectly, and it will ruin the ability to do certain shortcuts that you could have
if they iron out stuff that wasn't originally intended, I don't know.
Well, so many good shortcuts aren't intended to it.
Well, here's what I think. If they ever do a remake of Adventure 1, I actually hope it's not just a one-to-one remake. I think they could actually fix up some of the stories. They could kind of make it just more accessible and more... And clean it out.
I don't want them to change the cutscenes at all in terms of
Well, no,
dialogue.
don't change the cutscenes and stuff like that. But I feel like in terms of level design and maybe even maybe make Big's story optional, like stuff like that.
I don't even think they need to do that. I think that's the problem. I don't trust them to change anything, and they'll just make the remake inauthentic. Big
Alright, Brad,
I feel like that's a whole different video, though. Should we just go on to Adventure 2?
I agree. This is turned into speculation at this point.
It's a different video,
The actual game, I think it has excellent gameplay. I think the soundtrack is
Trip, you haven't finished the game yet.
Yeah,
so.
like Speed Highway was the turning point of like, holy shit, this music
Oh
is
yeah,
so
yeah.
different.
Adventure's soundtrack is one of my favorites in the entire series.
Oh yeah, top tier.
Also, it's one of the best intros in the series as well. I love that intro. Oh my god.
With Chaos in the Police? That one? Oh, you're talking about the
oh,
CGI.
No. The very
Gotcha,
intro. Yeah,
gotcha.
the open. Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
If
that
they announce
shit.
the remake, they just have to show the updated CGI
No, it's not
version
like
of that intro.
That intro, I don't think that intro is aged. That looks phenomenal. I love that shit. It's just.
I mean, on a technical level, CGI wise, it's obviously aged.
I mean, I guess, but it's still watchable. Whereas the cutscenes in game are
It's
not.
still high. Look. If they're announcing an Adventure remake, there's nothing else they can do but show that cutscene remake. That's it.
And
I don't want to see any other thing.
Look, I gotta
chaos.
ask this. Why do you just hate Sonic Team?
Yeah, I know. Come on. Yes, you pessimistic shit.
I was 16 when Generations came out. I'm turning 25 in 3 months. You guys don't understand the bitterness. It builds over time, okay? You know, oh my god.
The game's not even out yet. Like, they're only going to remake that cutscene.
I understand. I understand.
We got the most successful video game movie of all time 3 months ago, and we're living in 2015 Drought City.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll agree
Premi,
with them.
there's a pandemic going on.
Sega made an announcement yesterday on the Xbox
they can't.
event.
They're all working from home. They stopped going to the office forever ago.
They did. I was watching it live on the Xbox.
What the
stream.
hell is wrong with you? You don't want them to, stay safe? What the fuck?
No, that's not it. That's not it.
They have been making game announcements.
What
They
an
made
asshole.
one yesterday.
What an asshole.
They made one yesterday because that's a whole different department when it comes to mobile. The main Sonic team.
It wasn't. I'm talking about not Sonic. I'm talking about Yakuza. They announced the Yakuza game for 2020.
Isn't that a game that's already out in Japan?
Yeah, but they're remaking it. They're porting it and remastering it for a different system.
I don't think it's a port or remaster. I'm pretty sure it's just the same game, but
Again,
localized.
I feel like this is a whole different thing because we'll get into that at the end of the video. Can we actually talk about that?
All right. That was part 1. So yeah, that was enough chatter. Enough chatter. It was a good amount. We got our daily dose of Sam, or a weekly dose, not daily dose. My bad. Let me put it in all chat. Why is it? Okay, all messages. There we go. Okay. What we gonna watch next? I forgot. Sean, what was the video? Yes, Knuckles chaotic. Oh yeah, military conscription already chaotic. We haven't even got that far in yet. Good ending in Sonic 1 is not worth it. 32 minutes of nerds yapping. Yep, Twitter debates in a nutshell. I think they I think they could replicate what they made in 1998. GSI Iris reaction on your playlist. You're releasing today or tomorrow. It is releasing tomorrow. Omega. The Iris video is going to be releasing tomorrow. It was going to release today, but then it's not releasing today because I'm doing the stream. So it's gonna release tomorrow, and then on Monday I most likely will be streaming again. So if you can join Omega, join us on Monday, and it's either binging IDW comics or playing a Sonic game. I don't know which one, but we'll see. Where was the Sean recommendation? Where was it? Everything wrong with Sonic Frontiers. There we go. Okay. Okay, everything wrong with Sonic Frontiers. Let's watch this, and then I think Sean has one more video, and then we'll see from there.
This is why I
All right. Let's check this out. Put the screen up. Okay, let's check this out.
Sega!
Ew, okay, nice.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the mascot character who's been floundering for over 2 decades without a console of his own. Sega's attempts to fit Sonic into a 3D world have been so wildly inconsistent, they've resorted to creating multiple versions of him. You've got edgy gun-toting Sonic, time-traveling psychic Sonic, Where Sonic, storybook Sonic, movie Sonic, anime Sonic, and now open-world Sonic. It's high time for Sonic to become the first video game character to retire from games and focus on other media, like movies, TV shows, and comics where he actually has some momentum. Pro wrestlers turn to movies after one too many head injuries, so why can't Sonic after one too many face plants into a spring pad? The newest game, Sonic Frontiers, follows the all too familiar pattern. Sega announces a Sonic game that offers a new twist on the tired gameplay. Fans get excited, then the game releases and barely manages tepid reviews, which translates into Game of the Year to the ears of Sonic fans. I don't normally mock fans, but I feel uncomfortable around people who could destroy my life for no reason on a whim. Cops, politicians, lawyers, women. But Sonic fans are among the only game fandom I worry about crossing, because they never forget those who sneer at the franchise. So convinced by the moans escaping from Sonic's remaining brainstem as signs of life, they refuse to cut the life support. By all accounts, I should be a huge Sonic fan, or at least someone who carries a torch for it. Let's go back to the old days, when I was a kid and my parents mistakenly bought me a Sega Genesis for Christmas instead of a Super Nintendo. It came with a copy of Sonic and Tails. It was fun, had a great soundtrack, and gave me my first case of anxiety when I drowned in Chemical Zone Act 2, and that music started playing. I was playing Sonic and Tails the night my dad was released early from prison, so it forever has a positive place in my memory that no other game can. So Sonic being unable to get his hooks into me past the old 2D games says a lot about the modern 3D Sonic games. The few games that successfully transitioned from 2D to 3D is a small number, and Sonic is not one of them. And 25 years of attempting to make Sonic into a three-dimensional game have all fallen flat, which is how the series should have stayed. Flat, as in a single 2D plane. Sonic's only appeal is going fast, as most of the theme songs will tell you, and going fast in a platformer works well when you only have to worry about moving right. The second you add a Z-axis into the mix, it all falls apart. Probably explains why so much of what you do in a modern Sonic game is let the game autoplay itself most of the time, with you only having to input a single button press to send Sonic flying toward the next spring or enemy to jump off to land on a grind rail, where you once again do nothing as Sonic moves along a fixed path. I would say gameplay is the main flaw, but the bigger issue is Sega trying to tell detailed stories in Sonic. Instead of creating a believable and simple narrative for a speedy cyclopean blue hedgehog, they took inspiration from Dragon Ball and pit Sonic against gods and aliens that threaten to destroy his planet. It's like they're trying to make a serious drama out of a character whose main appeal is running really fast and fighting robot animals. That's a level of grandiosity that Sonic was never meant to reach. He lacks the character or the charisma to carry it. Not to mention the acting. Everyone has expressed how weirded out they are by Mario being voiced by Chris Pratt. Meanwhile, Sonic has been uncomfortably voiced for decades by the likes of Steve Urkel and Chris Redfield. The game begins with a Robotnik, or Eggman, whichever one he goes by now, hacking a giant stone throne before being sucked into cyberspace. That's the term they use for it, by the way. The same name your grandpa who still holds onto a collection of AOL CD-ROMs for a 1-hour free trial of the internet in his house. And then Sonic, Tails, and Amy conveniently fly over the same island to get sucked in and digitize as well. I won't pretend to understand how any of this works, since the game makes zero effort to explain it, so I just figured the developers binge-watched several seasons of Digimon, and figured they could mesh that with all the other media Sonic rips from. The first thing you're dropped into is a recreation of an old Sonic level. I'm guessing Green Hill Zone, or one of the dozen levels that look identical to Green Hill Zone, which by this point makes this the second or third Sonic game to employ the same nostalgia trap to lure people in.
Are you saying I can rescue my friends?
Find the Chaos Emeralds. Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Sonic can escape from cyberspace because he can run fast, while Amy and Tails remain stuck inside. He then hears an ominous disembodied voice that tells him that to rescue his friends, he needs to defeat a number of Titans and tear down the walls between dimensions. Sonic doesn't question this at all, and sets out to walk right into the obvious trap laid down by the voice in the sky. After that, you're free to begin exploring the biggest Sonic game yet. As your mom will tell you, anyone who brags about being big isn't as fun as they claim. This open world wouldn't even feel like it belongs in Sonic if it wasn't for all the springs and grind rails haphazardly dotting the map with no care given to aesthetics. Thankfully, most of them are invisible until you get within 10 feet of them, and then they pop into existence. This place could have been a map in any bog-standard Battle Royale game, which seems like a major failing, since Sonic takes place in a world where one level can have you jumping around a city designed by pinball and slot machine enthusiasts, to an oil-filled sea covered in drilling platforms, to neon glowing caves, and pretty much anything you can imagine. But somehow the best Sonic Frontiers can offer is sprawling green fields, a bland desert, and then more sprawling green fields as someone spilled plumbing pipes and spring pads all over. Making an open world game before you even figured out how to make a linear 3D Sonic game just screams, I'm coming with issues. Combat feels like a strange thing to even address in what is supposed to be a platformer. Most of the world is devoid of enemies except for small groups here and there that are easily dispatched by any of Sonic's plethora of moves that he spends 3 seconds preparing an animation of. The only exception are the boss fights scattered throughout the map, and I will say these seem to have gotten the lion's share of effort. My favorite being the one that leaves a grind rail in its wake that you have to race up in order to attack. It's a good implementation of Sonic's core gameplay loop. Be fast and jump into the enemy, whereas everything else has you doing floaty karate and energy blasts. Collecting things has been how platformers normally work, but with this game it feels more like Sonic has gotten involved with a convoluted cryptocurrency scheme. To speak with his friends he needs to collect tokens before they'll even give him their attention. Then to open the way to challenge levels you need gears which you get from defeating bosses in the field, and you earn vault keys from challenges within the traditional Sonic levels, which you need to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds to fight the Titan of each zone. There's even a special collectible during nighttime when meteorites fall from the sky for you to collect that activate a slot rail that covers valuable screen real estate when trying to platform. Your reward for playing slots are fishing tokens, which you can use at Biggs the Cat's fishing hole where he charges you money to fish on property he doesn't own. And do you care to guess what you get from fishing? You earn 2 new collectibles, golden tickets and fish points, which you can use to buy gears, keys, and friendship tokens so you don't have to go through all the crap the game tasks you with. Finally, you have to collect 2 different types of seeds to level up attack and defense, and cute living statues called Coco if you want to level up Sonic's speed and ring carrying capacity. And you have to go through the same series of collecting things in all but one of the game's 5 zones. In a strange twist of irony, these challenge levels serve the same purpose as the bonus stages in the old Sonic games. If you ever play the 2D games, you might recall that during regular Sonic levels, you would jump into a big ring and then complete a bonus course that would reward you with a Chaos Emerald. In Sonic Frontiers, the old school regular Sonic levels are the bonus levels now that you need to get emeralds. Sonic's friends will just ignore him in their Tamagotchi forms if he doesn't feed them with their favorite emoji. They refuse to say anything to Sonic until he pays up. A new Sonic game means a new character is going to be introduced. The new disturbing fan art target is the lolly AI girl, Sage. Every Sonic game that adds a new villain just retreads Knuckles' original storyline. They end up mistakenly believing Sonic is a villain, only to realize later that Sonic is a good guy and eventually side with him. You have no shortage of examples. Knuckles, Silver, Shadow. I honestly know nothing about Shadow and I refuse to look through a Sonic wiki to find out. Considering just how Dragon Ball inspired this game is, Sonic should find himself in a similar crater as Yamcha once ingloriously did after taking that hit.
This Coco says they need to find their one true love before it's too late. They've been too shy to express their feelings, but if they don't do it now, they may never get the chance.
In the past, Amy's thirst for Sonic was the stuff of legend and not safe for work fan art, but Sega has finally come to their senses and realized their obsession with the Blue Hedgehog could never compare to the horny devotion of fans. They've made the bold move of having Amy move on from Sonic and instead play Cupid for the various Coco she encounters, forcing Sonic to participate in bizarre minigames in order to help these couples find love.
I appear to be in a digital dimension.
Just say simulation, that's what a digital dimension would be.
Note to self, don't admit that to anyone.
Hold up, that thing on Eggman's chest was more than a clasp, but a voice recorder as well?
Maybe, if you use that new technique of yours, you can clean up all this wild brush.
Who thought it would be a fun idea if Sonic were to be paid a Chaos Emerald for mowing a lawn?
When this is over, I want to share that love with the world. Even though it may take us far apart.
Amy has finally decided to start her OnlyFans account, I see. The fans rejoiced. I didn't see it when the Titan attacked earlier, but somehow the final Chaos Emerald is on top of its head, so Sonic has to climb and retrieve it. If the voice from the sky telling Sonic to hunt and destroy Titans wasn't enough, climbing them in order to destroy them should clue you into the game's nods towards Shadow of the Colossus, which I doubt is nodding back in response, and is hurriedly averting its eyes and walking away, because that game is the antithesis to this. There, the empty world served the purpose of creating a sense of loneliness, and climbing a Colossus took preparation and care, and killing it left you with a profound sense of loss and the dirty feeling of a criminal who knows he's done something wrong. Whereas Sonic transforms into his legally distinct Super Saiyan mode, Super Sonic, and battles the Titan by flying around and punching it until it dies, while alternative rock plays. Every time you reach a new zone, something will shoot Sonic out of the sky, causing the Chaos Emeralds to fly off and be contained inside a new set of vaults you need keys to open. It's never explained what shoots Sonic down, nor does it bother explaining how the ancients powered this place with only 7 Chaos Emeralds, when 4 of the 5 zones required all 7 for its own facilities.
What are you doing so far from home?
I was investigating some strange ruins when I was transported here, then got trapped.
If you recall, Knuckles was not on Tails' plane when they were sucked into cyberspace. He's trapped in it nonetheless, and the game just shrugs its shoulders when asked for an explanation. Would it have really been that hard to add Knuckles to the opening cutscene so his appearance here would have made sense? How can Knuckles block a laser beam from Sage when he's a digital ghost? Sonic's hand went right through him earlier.
Can you see that seal in the center of the pond? If we could pull it out, we could drain the water.
The mechanism for pulling the plug is to fire a massive artillery round into it, which of course activates a pyramid to pull it up. No doubt that was the intended process for using it.
These Coco are supposed to link up with another unit, but an enemy has them pinned down here.
All three of Sonic's friends have adventures where they do something to help the Coco find peace. But honestly, it feels like a waste of time since they're just reliving past events with no connection to reality. For instance, how could the enemy have them pinned down when the enemies is a bunch of drills going up and down with Coco under them, which also seemed unharmed by the crushing. Also, the minigame explains that Sonic will move faster with every Coco he carries, which upends everything I know about physics, which states more mass requires more energy to move. Occasionally, you see scenes from the past where the ancients were battling some unknown force. Here, the ancients erected a giant defensive wall to protect themselves from an enemy in space who fires lasers from orbit. I'm beginning to see why they all died.
Have you been here before? You're navigating the island like it's nothing.
Oh no, see, when I interact with these things marked with this symbol, I automatically learn the lay of the land.
Perhaps Sonic's freakish bipupiled single eye is actually an augmented reality headset, and that's why he can see game UI elements.
This looks like ruins from back home.
If you say so. I see no resemblance to anything from Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles.
It reminds me I'm the last Echidna. That I'm alone.
You may be the last, but you're not alone. You've got us, Knucklehead.
You may be doomed to spend the rest of your life with no actual family or mate, but you're friends with Sonic. That has to count for something. This game also features Sonic's friends deciding they don't need him anymore, and each of them deciding to do their own thing for a while, which I approve of. The less of these side characters, the better. It's just strange they all decide to do it at the same time. How did you fist bump? Knuckles isn't actually there. He's inside the cyberspace dimension.
I don't think this ancient machinery was active before. Any idea what changed?
Something similar happened on the last island. Let's just call it a little divine intervention.
The other term you could use is bullshit, since in every zone, the puzzle that unlocks the Titan fight is locked until you find 6 Chaos Emeralds, after which it becomes available to solve.
Wait, Sonic. You're still missing a Chaos Emerald, aren't you? Oh, that thing will tear you to shreds.
The last Titan was holding the final emerald. I'm willing to bet it's the same deal here.
But why? Those emeralds split off from you after you were shot down. Why would one of the emeralds be with the Titan in this zone? And how come you never need vault keys to get the crystal from it?
Not bad. Things would have been over faster if I'd been Super Knuckles.
When has Super Knuckles ever been a thing outside of Sonic Mania? And you just turned purple. New zone, same story. Sonic is shot out of the sky by some unidentified weapon that is never explained and loses the Chaos Emeralds, which means you'll be finding them again for the 3rd time.
The spatial anomaly that affected us seems to have left me in a digitized state. But those same energies are manifesting into some worrisome mutations for you.
Those sure are words you said just now.
They sure were. I wish they meant something.
While you were online, it opened up a flood of data. It was way too much to process, but I did get a glimpse of the Ancients' personal data.
Oh, so... what, you know all their birthdays now?
Much more than that. Sonic, it was their very essences. Their hopes, their dreams, everything that made them what they were.
Miles Zuckerberg Tails here has been going through the Ancients' data and learned nothing important that would help them. I would assume the Ancients left memories behind on what wiped them out, but apparently they decided not to warn anyone. Keeping to its rigid formula, Sage shows up and sicks another Titan on Sonic, even though every time Sonic has a moment with one of his friends, she's in the distance fangirling over how compassionate he is.
Whatever assaulted the island sure packed a punch. That was on par with Dark Gaia, easy.
I'm sure there are discrepancies in these references of past Sonic games, but I'll be damned if I'm studying Sonic lore to find them. Computer hacking is an Ikaruga clone. Weird inclusion for a Sonic game. Sonic and Tails have no reason to mess with a destroyed egg robot, but good thing for them, that destroyed Eggman robot was lying in that position where its laser was perfectly aimed to blow an opening in the ground, to the area Sonic didn't even know existed and needed to access.
This Coco is an apprentice to their top pilot. They need to find the parts to complete their final weapons.
Assisting Tails by helping Coco find peace means a very annoying minigame where you have to collect pieces of material by breaking crates. There's no reason this should be timed. Sonic is only collecting parts to fix something. What actually happens if he doesn't collect them fast enough? Teleportation is always used to be a dick.
Your imprisonment within cyberspace. The defeat of the Ancients' Titans. Do you trust how he is handling it? With your life?
Sage pops up to pull Tails on how satisfied he is with his experience, and how likely he is to recommend Sonic to his friends.
What is your end goal?
It varies. Sometimes it's a spinning sign, sometimes it's a big old ring.
No, I mean, what do you want to accomplish?
Oh. Gather up the Chaos Emeralds and save my friends.
And you're sure that is wise?
Kind of the story of my life.
Even this game knows that Sonic games are formulaic, but doesn't want to change that about itself. It's like if Mario still had to put up with the princess being in another castle for 30 years worth of games.
I have found the most optimal course of action is to create an alliance with Sonic.
What?
But together you stopped the Ark, overcame Neo Metal. You...
I don't want to hear it. Those alliances were purely out of desperation.
And this isn't one of those times? If you've joined with Sonic twice in the past, what does one more alliance even matter?
Hey, who was it who stopped Eggman from blowing up Station Square, huh? And who broke me out of prison, or saved me from the Deadly Six's trap?
Why is this particular zone a rundown memory lane of all the other Sonic games?
You've got brains like Eggman, speed like me, and can fly with your butt.
That last one is kind of weird, not gonna lie. I tried running up this exact same raised bridge before this cutscene and ran into an invisible wall, which is always a great sign in your open world game. Also, this is another minigame that is timed for no good reason. Sonic ran up a raised bridge and launched himself into the sky, but if he doesn't fall fast enough, it's game over. He's still going to reach the ground regardless of his timing, I swear, and he just needs to hit the button on the other side to lower the bridge. Hell, I need to question why after running up the bridge he then launched himself several times its length straight up into the air, when all he needed to do was cross the gap.
Hey little bro, feeling better?
Yeah. This whole experience gave me a kind of clarity. When this is all over, I think I need to go it alone for a while.
The same revelation that Knuckles and Amy's came to, huh? How wonderful. They all grow as characters, but into the same character.
Great. So, how do we open it?
See that switch next to the door? I think it'll react to the cyber energy stored in your body.
Based off what? Cyber energy stored in the body? You can just make up anything to move the plot in a Sonic game, can't you? On the other side of the door is a giant pinball machine that requires you to get 5 million points. Once you do, it triggers a volcanic eruption that seems to cover the entrance in lava, trapping whoever used it inside. Except for Sonic, I guess. The ancients were stupid. The purpose of the eruption was to pour lava into the crater, which for some reason clears it of fog so you can see the Titan hiding inside it.
Hey, I've seen my fair share of pinball machines. I know one when I see one. Were those really part of the original ruins? I mean, the tech here outpaces Eggman's and is older than old. I guess the love of pinball predates civilization.
I can't wait to learn that the nuclear codes are uploaded by beating the former president's high score in pinball. I like to believe this fight is a subtle reference to Sonic and the Black Knight. I couldn't help but notice they didn't want to mention some of the worst Sonic games in their direct references. Nothing shot Sonic out of the sky this time to make him lose the Chaos Emeralds. They're just gone once the camera cuts back to him after the fight. Presumably it's due to cyber infection or whatever. Sonic is slowly being corrupted by cyber infection. I suppose this is Sega's take on the corruption the main character undergoes in Shadow of the Colossus, but that had emotion and meaning. This only leads to a cringy scene on the power of friendship.
The final lock has been revealed. Silence the 6 towers. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Maybe question the creepy voice directing you to do all this. There's no reason to trust it, and you're clearly dying as you go about it. This zone doesn't have you collect Chaos Emeralds and fight a Titan, instead requiring you to climb 6 towers and switch them off. It's the game's platforming challenge section, and serves to show off how annoying the platforming is when it focuses on it exclusively. Often the game likes to rob you of camera control and switch between on-rails movement and letting you move freely on a whim. Once I got to the top of a tower and couldn't even jump off because the camera and movement was locked. Every time Sonic shuts down one of the towers, he gets a glimpse of the final days of the Ancients. You would think they would have stored all these in one file to make it explicitly clear that turning off the towers is a bad idea, instead of one memory per tower, meaning you're incentivized to turn off their seal to learn why the seal was needed in the first place. Turns out the Ancients were an alien race that used the Chaos Emeralds to escape from their homeworld before it was destroyed by some great evil, and then the thing that destroyed their homeworld followed them, which led to them constructing the Titans to fight it. All of these revelations about aliens and world-destroying power, and Sonic doesn't seem to care a bit about it. He shows zero interest in the things he's seeing, so I don't either. The only thing that can slow Sonic down is apparently the Bitcoin miner installed into him, or whatever the hell cyber corruption is.
I want you to see the hero I become.
Sonic, you still have love to share with this world too.
They hold hands around Sonic and it performs a virus sweep on him, I think. Sonic had better positive messaging back in the 90s cartoon when he warned kids not to allow pedophiles to touch them.
Sage, you will help me find the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic won't be fast enough.
All the help Sage begs Eggman to offer boils down to him finding one Chaos Emerald that there was no reason Sonic couldn't find on his own. After all, he's collected all of them 3 times already in this game. Out of all the millions of simulations Jade ran where they failed, the one where Eggman finds a single crystal and gives it to Sonic is a defining point of victory. In the new zone, you still have to collect cutscene currency to talk to Jade. Even though she isn't like Sonic's 3 friends who are trapped in cyberspace, she's had no problem talking to Sonic whenever she wanted.
I had secured Dr. Eggman in cyberspace to protect him from the impending destruction. I had hoped to keep out external variables as well.
I understand now why you locked my friends in the cyber cages and fought me. I wasn't exactly going to leave the Titans alone either. It's too late for an I'm sorry from either of us.
Like hell she can't apologize. Sonic asked her on more than one occasion what she wanted, and even offered to help her and she kept brushing him off. Jade is supposed to be a super intelligent AI system, and all she did was make things worse by seeking the Titans on Sonic, even though she knew that destroying the Titans was a bad thing.
It looks like Tails was right. The ruins were tech the ancients used to upload thoughts into cyberspace, but not their bodies.
How come Eggman, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles all had their bodies uploaded to cyberspace if the ancients didn't build it for that?
The village is missing when everything else is so detailed.
The ancients had a difficult time adapting to this world, adjusting to the new flora and fauna, dealing with technological incompatibilities. Their settlements were under constant revision.
Most of the final conversations with ChatGPT-chan are lore dumps on the ancients as the game tries to explain why this world is so void of anything interesting.
Alright, hear me out. Do you think all those locations I visited were pulled from my memories?
That is plausible. It imported the data of your memories and applied it to your surroundings, so you could comprehend them.
Maybe that gave me the edge I needed to escape each time. I was covering familiar ground.
Covering familiar ground? Didn't you have an entire game or two that already did that though? Sonic Generations, for instance.
So, earlier you said I had 0 chances of winning. You change your mind yet?
No. But I have not run a simulation on our present circumstances either.
You ran millions of simulations earlier, meaning you can run them pretty fast. Yet you haven't bothered running one on your new plan.
You're not fast enough, so I found it for you. Go ahead and beat that giant!
What a powerhouse alliance has turned out to be.
Don't you dare lose it!
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
You've lost them 3 times already. Eggman is right to be worried. With that name and logo, I'm surprised Sega hasn't been sued for copyright infringement by Supreme. Isn't beating this Titan exactly what the evil thing inside it wants? So why are they so gung-ho on following its plans? It's currently sealed up inside the Supreme Titan. Just leave it there. If you play the game on hard mode, you get the true final boss, Sonic and Sage teaming up with the Supreme Titan to attack the moon, which is the evil that destroyed the ancients. They could have at least made the end a creepy moon, something like Majora's Mask did to make the moon look threatening. This is just a purple rock with a gentle voice that for some unexplained reason just wants to destroy all life. You've got to be kidding me. You had Sonic rip off the most famous scene from Akira that isn't the motorcycle slide? Sage sacrifices herself to stop the explosion from destroying the planet, but since this is a Sonic game, you know that won't stick. Her death lasts as long as the end credits, when Eggman revives her since she's an AI and he likely had backup copies.
So, that was fun.
It most certainly wasn't.
Blue streak speeds by.
Okay then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just made for like entertainment purposes. It's nothing serious or something like that. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Okay, where was I? My phone died. Oh, okay. So yeah, these type of videos aren't meant to be taken seriously, but his points are mostly pretty bad. Cause say what you will about Sonic games, they are not formulaic. Every game, even the bad ones, have something to offer. I watched him stream this game live, giving him tips and stuff. Honestly, it was just the chat being toxic. I'm sorry, did he call Sage Jade? Yeah, I don't know why the hell. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the video, he starts calling her Jade. I'm like, what the hell, bro? What? Yep, the response video addresses it. Oh god, if you scroll down, you'll find my comment as Sean, of course. On the YouTube, on his YouTube comments, or? Oh, there you see, okay. Gee, I wonder what someone who never liked 3D Sonic will think of this 3D Sonic game. But in all seriousness, I'm just glad you played this game. It'll bring more people to try it out. Okay, I got you. Fair enough, yeah. Okay. Sage, no, Jade, yeah. I'm like, where the hell did Jade come from? But anyways, Sean, what was the second video you wanted me to watch? I forgot now. At the end of the day, people can have whatever opinion they want, but they should at least be founded on something. Yeah, people say a lot of things, man. Sean, let me know the video if you remember. Yeah. This was made over a year ago. The video we just watched. Was there another video? I'm pretty sure Sean gave me another video. Oh, this one. Okay. I think I found it. New frontiers. Sean, are you still here, bro? Either way, I like most of his other videos. There's just times he makes a bad take and people call him out for it. Yeah, fair enough. Sean, do you still want me to watch the other video? The second one, the response video? Okay. If you're saying something can't hear me, issue on my end. Okay. Okay, well, we'll just watch the response video. Let me just... Here, go give me a second. We'll watch the response video by this person.
Well, now that I'm done watching that godforsaken show, I can relax, kick back, and just... Who could be calling me at this time of the day? Well, I guess I better see what it is. Hello, this is DS speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, DS.
Huh. I can add this to that things I wasn't expecting today. So, what's up?
You watched Dartigan's video on Sonic Frontiers?
I did. Why do you ask?
Well, I figured since I'm no longer covering Charter 5 as a whole, and you and I have a common interest in Sonic, maybe you and I would like to cover it together?
Well, I did dislike the video and I was actually thinking of covering it myself, so... Sure, but... Oh, you got it! Fuck!
Is there a problem?
It's nothing! Look, anyways, as I was saying, fine, I'm willing to work with you. However, DT is not going to be involved.
Why not?
Let's just say the last video I was going to do a triple collab on, it ended up not working out, and I just don't feel like dealing with it again, so... Let's just keep it between you and me for now. Anyways, I'll teleport you over here shortly.
Okay, I guess I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, I didn't think he would call me of all people. That being said, curiosity is up my alley, so let me get him here. And now I just gotta enter the portal and... Bingo! Now I gotta wait for him to appear.
Well, it was a lot more peaceful than I was expecting. I guess I'd better get ready. Looks like this is how I'm getting there. Hopefully it doesn't make me fall from a high place.
Never in a million years did I think he would want to collab with me of all people. I know if SK saw this, he'd flip. Anyways, I better put this away before he shows up. Ah, and to see you in the flesh. What?
Sorry, it's just, you look a little...
Yeah, I know, I look different compared to before. It has to do with dimensional shit. I'm really not in the mood to explain this. Can we just get this started already?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Let's do this.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the mascot character who's been floundering for over 2 decades without a console of his own. Sega's attempts to fit Sonic into a 3D world have been so wildly inconsistent, they've resorted to creating multiple versions of him. You've got edgy gun-toting Sonic, time-traveling psychic Sonic, Where Sonic, storybook Sonic, movie Sonic, anime Sonic, and now open-world Sonic. It's high time for Sonic to become the first video game character to retire from games and focus on other media, like movies, TV shows, and comics, where he actually has some momentum. Pro wrestlers turn to movies after one too many head injuries, so why can't Sonic after one too many faceplants into a spring pad? The newest game, Sonic Frontiers, follows the all-too-familiar pattern. Sega announces a Sonic game that offers a new twist on the entire gameplay. Fans get excited, then the game releases and barely manages tepid reviews, which translates into Game of the Year to the ears of Sonic fans. I don't normally mod fans, but I feel uncomfortable around people who destroy my life for no reason on a whim. Cops, politicians, lawyers, women. But Sonic fans are among the only game fandom I worry about crossing, because they never forget those who sneer at the franchise. So convinced by the moans escaping from Sonic's remaining brings them as signs of life, they refuse.
Second,
the newest game, Sonic Frontiers, follows against gods and aliens that threaten to destroy his planet. It's like they're trying to make a serious drama out of a character whose main appeal is running really fast. Meanwhile,
almost all
for decades by the likes of Steve Urkel and Chris Redfield.
Wow, okay, there's a lot to go over here, with almost all of it being bad. Let's just do this one at a time. First off,
it's high time for Sonic to become the first video game character to retire from games and focus on other media.
That's never gonna happen, my guy. Sonic was born as a gaming icon, and at this point in history, his games have been engraved in the minds of everyone in the gaming community. Now, I will be the first to admit that yes, he does have roller coaster quality when it comes to a lot of his games. But, with that said, every game has its fans, and a lot of them do well financially. Second,
the newest game, Sonic Frontiers, follows the all-too-familiar pattern. Sega announces a Sonic game that offers a new twist on the entire gameplay. Fans get excited, then the game releases and barely manages tepid reviews, which translates into Game of the Year to the ears of Sonic fans.
Motherfucker, this game is a 9 out of 10 on Steam, and a lot of fans who review the game even love it. Like, okay, if you want to dislike the game, that's fine, if you have sound reasoning, that is. However, you're speaking objectively here, and that's even worse. Like, facts are facts, people, but this game has mostly positive reception from fans. Third,
I don't normally mod fans, but I feel uncomfortable around people who destroy my life for no reason on a whim. Cops, politicians, lawyers, women. But Sonic fans are among the only game fandom I worry about crossing, because they never forget those who sneer at the franchise. So convinced by the moans escaping from Sonic's remaining brings them as signs of life, they refuse to cut the life support. By all accounts, I should be a huge Sonic fan, or at least someone who carries a torch for it. Let's go back to the old days, when I was a kid and my parents mistakenly bought me a Sega Genesis for Christmas instead of a Super Nintendo. It came with a copy of Sonic and Tails. It was fun, had a great soundtrack, and gave me my first case of anxiety when I drowned in Chemical Zone Act 2, and that music started playing. I was playing Sonic and Tails and my dad was released early from prison, so it forever has a positive place in my memory that no other game can. So Sonic being unable to get his hooks into me past the old 2D games is a lot of the modern 3D Sonic games. The few games that successfully transitioned from 2D to 3D is a small number, and Sonic is not one of them. And 25 years of attempting to make Sonic into a three-dimensional game have all fallen flat, which is how the series should have stayed flat, as in a single 2D plane.
Oh, for the love of... You're one of those people. Okay, let me be frank with you. Sonic has had several legitimately good 3D games across the 30 years he's been alive. And even the ones that initially received negative to lukewarm receptions, been looking back on a more positive thought. Sonic can do well in 3D. It's just a lot of people decided to look at the bad stuff instead of the good. Now, look, me and Tony here are not going to deny that there are a few bad ones. However, you're speaking for all 3D games, which is just blatantly not true. And you know what? The rest of it is hot potato compared to this last point, so let's get to that.
I would say gameplay is the main flaw, but the bigger issue is Sega trying to tell detailed stories in Sonic. Instead of creating a believable and simple narrative for a speedy Cyclopean blue hedgehog, they took inspiration from Dragon Ball and pit Sonic against gods and aliens that threatened to destroy his planet. It's like they're trying to make a serious drama out of a character whose main appeal is running really fast and fighting robot animals. That's a level of grandiosity that Sonic has never been to reach. He lacks the character or the charisma to carry it, not to mention the acting. Everyone has expressed how weirded out they are by Mario being voiced by Chris Pratt. Meanwhile, Sonic has been uncomfortably voiced for decades by the likes of Steve Urkel and Chris Redfield.
Do I even need to explain why this argument is stupid? Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't there several games where he's done this and done it well, and people have even loved it because of that reasoning?
Why yes, there are, and it's evident that he hasn't played any of them. Also, comparing Roger Craig Smith's Sonic to Chris Pratt's Mario.
Point is, opinions are opinions, and look, I'm not gonna fight you on this fact. However, Roger being Sonic is way better than Chris being Mario. But maybe that's just me. So, this whole point that we've been going about for, what, 5 minutes now, is this entire opening segment is just bad, and it only goes downhill from here.
The game begins with Robotnik, or Eggman, whichever one he goes by now, hacking a giant stone throne before being sucked into cyberspace. That's the term they use for it, by the way. The same name your grandpa, who still holds onto a collection of AOL CD-ROMs for a 1-hour free trial of the internet in his house. And then Sonic tells an Amy conveniently fly over the same island to get sucked in and digitized as well. I won't pretend to understand how any of this works, since the game makes zero effort to explain it. So I just figured the developers binge-watched several seasons of Digimon, and figured they could mesh that with all the other media Sonic rips from.
There actually is a reason for the first one. Sage sucked Eggman into cyberspace to protect him from the oncoming threat of the end.
Which is explained in-game, by the way.
We must get you back into cyberspace immediately.
I just got out! That was the whole point!
I ran millions of simulations. The only way I can keep you alive is if you're not here when it gets out.
The second one admittedly isn't explained, but it's not convenient that Sonic and friends are flying over the islands because they have a reason that you neglected to show.
You tracked the Chaos Emeralds here, right? Let's find out what drew them here.
So either you weren't paying attention, or you're lying. And considering the rest of the video, I'm very heavily leaning towards the latter.
The first thing you're dropped into is a recreation of an old Sonic level. I'm guessing Green Hill Zone, or one of the dozen levels that look identical to Green Hill Zone, which by this point makes this the second or third Sonic game to employ the same nostalgia trap to lure people in.
Ignoring the fact that Green Hill Zone is one of the most iconic video game levels of all time, the cyberspace stages are based on Sonic's memories. You see, when someone enters cyberspace, that person's memories are looked through so that cyberspace can build a suitable area, hence why Green Hill Zone is seen in cyberspace.
Now, we will admit that Sonic play is hell, but this is one of the few times where it actually makes sense in context, unlike something like in Sonic Forces. Especially given the reason for it. If you don't like it, that's fine, but you can't just ignore the fact there's a reason presented and not just fan pandering.
Are you saying I can rescue my friends?
Find the Chaos Emeralds. Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Sonic can escape from cyberspace because he can run fast, while Amy and Tails remain stuck inside. He then hears an ominous disembodied voice that tells him that to rescue his friends, he needs to defeat a number of Titans and tear down the walls between dimensions. Sonic doesn't question this at all, and sets out to walk right into the obvious trap laid down by the voice in the sky.
First, that's because Sonic is faster than both Amy and Tails. Not to mention, he was in a similar environment for him to run on with no issue. Second, Sonic is unaware that the end is luring him into a trap. And even if he did know, Sonic would do everything in his power to rescue his friends, no matter what.
After that, you're free to begin exploring the biggest Sonic game yet. As your mom will tell you, anyone who brags about being big isn't as fun as they claim. This open world wouldn't even feel like it belongs in Sonic if it wasn't for all the springs and grind rails haphazardly dotting the map with no care given to aesthetics. Thankfully, most of them are invisible until you get within 10 feet of them, and then they pop into existence. This place could have been a map in any box standard battle royale game, which seems like a major failing, since Sonic takes place in a world where one level can have you jumping around a city designed by pinball and slot machine enthusiasts, to an oil-filled sea covered in drilling platforms, to neon glowing caves, pretty much anything you can imagine. But somehow the best Sonic Frontiers can offer is sprawling green fields, a bland desert, and then more sprawling green fields as someone's built plumbing pipes and spring pads all over, making an open world game before you even figured out how to make a linear 3D Sonic game just screams, I'm coming with issues.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore the Crypto joke because as much as I love cringe humor, for God's sakes, I'm the definition of one, that was so bad that it makes my jokes look good in comparison. But in all seriousness, ignoring the fact that the open zone concept fits very well Sonic's love for freedom, those green fields and bland desert are part of the Starfall Islands. Let me repeat that. Starfall Islands! When did you expect a giant city overrun with oil or a neon cave on an island of all places? This ain't Casino Zone, son.
Oh, that feels like a strange thing to even address in what's supposed to be a platformer. Most of the world is devoid of enemies except for small groups here and there that are easily dispatched by any of Sonic's plethora of moves that he spends 3 seconds preparing animation of. The only exception are the boss fights scattered throughout the map, and I will say these seem to have gone the lion's share of effort. My favorite being the one that leaves a grind roll its way that you have to race up in order to attack. It's a good implementation of Sonic's core gameplay loop. Be fast and jump into the enemy, whereas everything else is you doing floaty karate and energy blast.
First of all, sending something you like, and second, sending the combat. The combat is fast and agile like Sonic is, and the skills you learn along the way are amazing. In fact, you don't even bring up any valid reasons why you think it's bad. You just bring up the combat and ding the ding.
Collecting things has been how platformers normally work, but with this game it feels more like Sonic has got involved with a convoluted cryptocurrency scheme. To speak with his friends, they need to collect tokens before they'll even give them their attention. Then to open the way to challenge levels, you need gears, which you get from defeating bosses in the field, and you earn vault keys from challenges within the traditional Sonic levels, which you need to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds to fight the Titan of each zone. There's even a special collectible during nighttime, when meteorites fall from the sky for you to collect, that activate a slot roll that covers valuable screen real estate when trying to platform. Your reward for playing slots are fishing tokens, which you can use at Biggs Account's fishing hole where he charges you money to fish on property he doesn't own, and you can't guess what you get from fishing. You earn 2 new collectibles, golden tickets and fish points, which you can use to buy gears, keys, and friendship tokens, so you don't have to go through all the crap the game tasks you with. Finally, you have to collect 2 different types of seeds, a level of attack and defense, and cute living statues called Coco if you want to level up Sonic's speed and ring carrying capacity, and you have to go through the same series of collecting things in all but one of the game's 5 zones.
So basically, you're complaining about an open world game having a ton of stuff to collect. Do you have the slightest idea how stupid that is? You're treating Sonic Frontiers like a normal platformer when everything about this game clearly screams, I'm not just a platformer. Open world games need a lot of things to do in them to keep the player engaged as you travel through them. Otherwise, you get games like Forspoken where there's a lot of nothing in between objectives. Not only that, but every collectible has only one purpose tied to it, so keeping track of what does what shouldn't be a problem by Island 2.
In a strange twist of irony, these challenge levels serve the same purpose as the bonus stages in the old Sonic games. If you ever played the 2D games, you might recall that during regular Sonic levels, you would jump into a big ring and then complete a bonus course that would reward you with a Chaos Emerald. In Sonic Frontiers, the old school regular Sonic levels are the bonus levels now that you need to get emeralds.
Okay, And why is that a sin exactly? You can't just point something out and deem it a sin without valid reasoning. Having normal Sonic stages be reduced to special stages is weird, I will grant you that. But it makes sense considering the selling point of the game is to be an open zone. Hell, if you play your card right, you don't even have to enter a single cyberspace level. You know, aside from the first two. I would know, because I pre-ordered the damn game and I got through most of the game without even going through cyberspace, save for the first two. You may all proceed to hate me for pre-ordering something.
Sonic's friends will just ignore him in their Tamagotchi forms if he doesn't feed them with their favorite emoji. They refuse to say anything to Sonic until he pays up.
And I'm about to stop you right there. Sonic's friends can't communicate with him normally in the state that they're in, and the Hedgehog needs to give them their memory tokens to stabilize their frequency, allowing them to talk. The game quite literally tells you this on Ares and Chaos Islands. So either you're not paying attention, or you're deliberately trying to lie just to make yourself look smarter, which is actually worse.
A new Sonic game means a new character is going to be introduced. The new disturbing fan art target is a lolly AI girl, Sage. Every Sonic game that adds a new villain just retreads Knuckles' original storyline. They end up mistakenly believing Sonic is a villain, only to realize later that Sonic is a good guy and eventually side with him. You have no shortage of examples. Knuckles, Silver, Shadow, I think. I honestly know nothing about Shadow and I refuse to look to a Sonic wiki to find out.
I'm going to generously ignore the fact to use disturbing and lowly in the same sentence and say that as we later find out, Eggman had already had the reason built into her, and once she's told she could basically use Sonic as an equation. She never technically saw him as an enemy, but was told this. As for Shadow, Knuckles, and Silver, I'll let Tony here explain why these are very bare-bone arguments.
First things first, Shadow was under the impression that Maria wanted him to take revenge on humanity for the atrocities Gunn committed on the Ark. It wasn't a matter of Eggman tricking him, he was going to kill Sonic either way. Silver has two separate introductions, and only one of them is similar to the Knuckles storyline. The canon version takes place in Rivals, where Silver, somewhat understandably yet also somewhat stubbornly, fights with Sonic over to getting to Eggman first. They are not repeats of the Knuckles storyline in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and neither is Sage, given that she was programmed to protect Dr. Eggman at all costs, which would make Sonic the biggest threat.
Considering just how Dragon Ball inspired this game is, Sonic should find himself in a similar crater as Yamcha once ingloriously did after taking that hit.
Dart makes an anime reference that doesn't even make sense in the context of the game, as Sonic is league stronger than Yamcha. That, and you have examples such as...
So long, friend!
Running out of time here, Tails!
Like, I get that Dragon Ball can be considered a factor for Super Sonic and the likes, but that doesn't exactly make it a compelling argument when it essentially boils down to, they're so similar so it's bad. Tony, if you would, please.
When it comes to similarities in media, they only truly become a problem if they're shameless about it. If something is so similar to another thing that it's basically a ripoff, then you can call it bad. However, the similarities between Sonic and Dragon Ball are surface level at best. The characters are very different, the 7 magical MacGuffins have different designs and magical properties. I could go on, but I think you get the idea.
And that's ignoring the comics, which is a whole other can of worms itself.
Miss Coco says they need to find their one true love before it's too late. They've been too shy to express their feelings, but if they don't do it now, they may never get the chance.
In the past, Amy's thirst for Sonic was the stuff of legend and not safe for work fan art, but Sega has finally come to their senses and realized their obsession with the Blue Hedgehog can never compare to the horny devotion of fans. They've made the bold move of having Amy move on from Sonic and simply Cupid for the various Coco encounters, forcing Sonic to participate in bizarre minigames in order to help these couples find love.
So, are you going to elaborate on why that's a sin? No? Okay.
I appear to be in a digital dimension.
Just say simulation. That's what a digital dimension would be.
In a normal sense, you'd be right, but it's explained later that cyberspace is an entire universe separate from reality that the ancients house their souls and knowledge in. A digital universe, but still a separate universe.
Note to self, don't admit that to anyone.
Hold up, that thing on Eggman's chest was more than a clasp, but a voice recorder as well?
And what's your point? You are aware this is the same guy about every robot in his ship by himself, right? Him having a recorder on his chest isn't exactly that deep.
Maybe, if you use that new technique of yours, you can clean up all this wild brush.
Who thought it would be a fun idea if Sonic were to be paid a Chaos Emerald for mowing a lawn?
You know what? This is one of the few sins I actually agree with. Not because it was hard per se, but it didn't really make sense, and barring that, it really dragged the game out. Minus one sin.
When this is over, I want to share that love with the world, even though it may take us far apart.
Amy has finally decided to start her OnlyFans account, I see. The fans rejoice.
Bruh! She's 12!
For once, I kinda have to agree with Tony here. While I don't really care about it, unlike Charlie who I will let slide if I want to do the humor, Dart plays it straight, and considering the amounts of fan art of her, that's not an exaggeration.
I didn't see it when the Titan attacked earlier, but somehow the final Chaos Emerald is on top of its head, so Sonic has to climb and retrieve it. If the voice from the sky telling Sonic to hunt and destroy Titans wasn't enough, climbing them in order to destroy them should clue you into the game's nods towards Shadow of the Colossus, which I doubt is nodding back in response, and is hardly averting his eyes and walking away, because that game is the antithesis of this. There, the empty world served the purpose of creating a sense of loneliness, and climbing a Colossus took preparation and care, and killing it left you with a profound sense of loss and the dirty feeling of a criminal who knows he's done something wrong, whereas Sonic transforms into his legally distinct Super Saiyan mode, Super Sonic, and battles the Titan by flying around and punching it until it dies, while alternative rock plays.
First, Dart makes another pop culture reference that isn't in the game. Second, Sonic Frontiers isn't trying to be the next Shadow of the Colossus. The only elements it takes from it are the Titans and climbing them. A game having elements of another game doesn't mean it's trying to be that other game. Third, even if that was the case, so what? It's not like it's badly made.
You mean besides the end?
Not a Titan! And lastly, sitting the boss music. In fact, I believe Diaz has a few choice words for you on that.
The music of this game is the best to date, and from what me and Tony have gathered, everyone even agrees with this fact. Like, for fuck's sake, there are a number of I put undefeatable in X game and so much more. It's actually created a whole other content for users, and that's just scratching the surface.
Well said, Diaz. That earns you these many sins.
What are you doing so far from home?
I was investigating some strange ruins when I was transported here, then got trapped.
If you recall, Knuckles was not on Tails' plane when they were sucked into cyberspace. He's trapped in it nonetheless, and the game just shrugs its shoulders when asked for an explanation. Would it have really been that hard to add Knuckles to the opening cutscene so his appearance here would have made sense?
What? Motherfucker, he literally just explained himself, and you just want to ignore that.
There's a video that's not even 6 minutes long that explains how he got there. It was trending for 2 weeks and isn't a hard thing to find.
Now, granted, you could argue that it's technically an outside source, but this isn't something like a comic or that far out of the way to find. Hell, you don't even have to pay to see it. Again, I have to question how much research you actually did if you're gonna get this right. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be myself out of existence for a minute.
How did he do that?
How can Knuckles block a laser beam from Sage when he's a digital ghost? Sonic's hand went right through him earlier.
Because that laser is made out of energy. It doesn't have any physicality. Therefore, it would make sense that he could block it.
Occasionally, you see scenes from the past where the ancients were battling some unknown force. Here, the ancients erected a giant defensive wall to protect themselves from an enemy in space who fires lasers from orbit. I'm beginning to see why they all died.
At this point in the ancients' history, they have yet to construct the Titans, which can battle the end directly. Therefore, they can only use what defenses they have, which are these walls. They're not stupid like what you're implying. They're working with what they have.
This looks like ruins from back home.
If you say so. I see no resemblance to anything from Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles.
But it does resemble the ruins in Sonic Adventure, which you have evidently never played.
Reminds me I'm the last echidna, that I'm alone.
You may be the last, but you're not alone. You got us, Knucklehead.
You may be doomed to spend the rest of your life with no actual family or mate, but you're friends with Sonic. That has to count for something.
Hey, he's encouraging him. Would you rather him said...
Okay, now that I've got myself taken care of, Okay, first of all, what the fuck are you doing here? I made it very clear you were not supposed to be a part of this.
Oh, it's you. Don't you have another video to be doing?
Are you challenging me, fucko? Because we can throw hands right now.
Both of you knock it off. DT, he's cool. We've worked things out and are on good terms now. If you say so.
No, you ain't about to ignore how you got here. You best get to explain yourself before I start kicking some ass.
I just found a portal in TS's room, walked through it, and ended up here.
What the hell, Tony? You were supposed to close that when you came in.
How am I supposed to close something I didn't make?
Fair enough. As for you, out!
I didn't want to be here anyway.
So, what cinema did he up on? Oh, yeah, okay. So, to answer your question, Dart, he's trying to encourage Knuckles. Unless you have a better take, this isn't a sin.
How did you fist bump? Knuckles isn't actually there. He's inside the cyberspace dimension.
The point of this was to show that they understood each other. They don't have to be physically there for them to do that.
Not bad. Things would have been over faster if I'd been Super Knuckles.
When has Super Knuckles ever been a thing outside of Sonic Mania? And you just turned purple.
In what incarnation has he ever turned purple? He's been hot pink, sure, but never purple. Although Sonic 3 and Knuckles like to have a war with you.
Didn't he make a reference to that very game earlier?
If you say so. I see no resemblance to anything from Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles.
Huh, so he did. Then that makes it worse because he has no excuse to not know this.
The spatial anomaly that affected us seems to have left me in a digitized state. But those same energies are manifesting into some worrisome mutations for you.
Those sure are words you said just now.
They sure were. I wish they meant something.
Oh, no, you ain't about to slide with this. You're twisting this, so here, let us play the scene out in full.
The spatial anomaly that affected us seems to have left me in a digitized state. But those same energies are manifesting into some worrisome mutations for you.
Those sure are words you said just now.
I'm saying I'm fine, you're not, and I'm worried.
Those words did mean something, as Tails literally explains that the words mean that he is fine, and Sonic is not, and that the fox is worried right after Sonic commented on said words. So no, you not only manipulated this scene, but downplayed it so hard that it's actually pissing me off. This nets you these many sins.
Well, shit, you went just way better than I ever could.
While you were online, it opened up a flood of data. It was way too much to process, but I did get a glimpse of the Ancients' personal data.
Oh, so what, you know all their birthdays now?
Much more than that. Sonic, it was their very essences, their hopes, their dreams, everything that made them what they were.
Miles Zuckerberg Tails here has been going through the Ancients' data and learned nothing important that would help them. I would assume the Ancients left memories behind on what wiped them out, but apparently they decided not to warn anyone.
I'm starting to think that you don't pay attention to the games you're playing.
Would certainly explain how you fucked up purple and hot pink.
Keeping to its rigid formula, Sage shows up and sticks another Titan on Sonic, even though every time Sonic has a moment with one of his friends, she's in the distance fangirling over how compassionate he is.
Oh, I want to turn to this point so hard, but I'm going to save my rant for a later sin. Tony, you can do the odds and turn to this.
Gladly. First of all, Sage is doing this because she's programmed to. Her mission is to gain control of the Titans for Eggman and protect Eggman from Sonic. Second, she was not fangirling over how compassionate Sonic is every time Sonic has a moment with his friends. There was no scene of her doing that on Kronos Island, and there was only one moment of that on Ares Island. Even then, she reassures herself that they're doomed no matter what in that very same scene.
Whoever assaulted the island sure packed a punch. That was on par with Dark Gaia, easy.
I'm sure there are discrepancies in these references of past Sonic games, but I'll be damned if I'm studying Sonic lore to find them.
So let me get this straight. You would seriously ignore any and all Sonic lore, even if studying it would help you to not only understand what's going on, but also appreciate what this game is trying to do? Bear in mind, at the time of this video, this is the most recent game in the franchise. I get that it's entirely possible that some people are going to make this their first Sonic game, but whether you choose to ignore the lore of past games, or you jump into the franchise with this as your first, not understanding a reference to a past game is no one's fault but your own.
Computer hacking is an Ikaruga clone. Weird inclusion for a Sonic game.
Hey, there's this minigame that's like another game. That's weird, and therefore I sin. You are aware that you need to have a reason for, that thing is weird, to sin something, right? Like, being hyperbolic is fine. Trust me, I'm probably the personification of that very thing. But you don't present yourself up as that, and that's a problem when this is mostly you forcing an opinion that's not true. And I want to go on record as saying, if you want to be hyperbolic, that's fine. If you don't like something, that's fine too. But when you start projecting it as fact, and then, you know, not elaborating, and you're not a channel like Charlie5 who can actually project things in a jokey manner, it's very hard to take your point seriously, and that's why we're sending it for the record.
This Coco is an apprentice to their top pilot. They need to find the parts to complete their final weapons.
Assisting Tails by helping Coco find peace means a very annoying minigame where you have to collect pieces of material by breaking crates. There's no reason this should be timed. Sonic is like collecting parts to fix something. What actually happens if he doesn't collect them fast enough?
Oh, this minigame can just go to hell. Minus one sin.
Your imprisonment within cyberspace. The defeat of the Ancients' Titans. Do you trust how he is handling it? With your life?
Sage pops up to pull Tails on how satisfied he is with his experience, and how likely he is to recommend Sonic to his friends.
Why is that a sin? At this point, you're just saying what's happening on the screen as you think everyone's blind and deeming that a sin just because you can.
What is your end goal?
It varies. Sometimes it's a spinning sign, sometimes it's a big old ring.
No, I mean, what do you want to accomplish?
Oh. Gather up the Chaos Emerald and save my friends.
And you're sure that is wise?
Kind of the story of my life.
Even this game knows that Sonic games are formulaic, but doesn't want to change that about itself. It's like if Mario still had to put up with the princess being in another castle for 30 years worth of games.
Sonic games are not formulaic in the slightest. Every game has something new to offer, as well as completely different ways of achieving the Chaos Emeralds, should they play a part in the game's story. Granted, collecting the emeralds and saving Sonic's friends are a factor in most of the games, but the way they go about it is fresh and new every time. Also, regarding that last point, who's gonna tell him?
I have found the most optimal course of action is to create an alliance with Sonic.
What?
But together you stop the arc, overcame Neo Metal. You...
I don't want to hear it. Some alliances would surely out of desperation.
And this isn't one of those times. If you've joined with Sonic twice in the past, what does one more alliance even matter?
Eggman hates Sonic, so much so he's unwilling to make an alliance unless it is out of desperation or out of self-preservation. I do agree with you to some extent, but you also have to realize that Eggman is pretty stubborn enough to not want to form an alliance.
Hey, who was it who stopped Eggman from blowing up Station Square, huh? And who broke me out of prison, or saved me from the Deadly Six's trap?
Why is this particular zone a rundown memory lane of all the other Sonic games?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it has fucking relevance? Like, think about it for 2 seconds. Tails' biggest feat was back in SA1, and to some extent, SA2. After that, he was bastardized to hell and back until very recently. Even if I don't count Sonic Boom, his role has always been the sidekick first and never his own person. Or Fox, I guess. The game acknowledges this, and that's a huge feat in itself.
Well, you can't really expect him to know any of that, given that he's made it painfully obvious that he hasn't played a Sonic game since 1992.
Not doing research is one thing, not liking the series is another, but to outright ignore character development, a character that's needed for years, and just pass off as a sin really does piss me off. So with that said, Tony, how many sins do you think we should put on this one?
You're asking me?
You're asking the guy who couldn't even keep a consistent sin counter through his SA2 video. What do you think?
Well, given the extreme lack of caring he's exhibited throughout this whole video, I say we give him 25 sins.
25 sins it is.
Great, so how do we open it?
See that switch next to the door? I think it'll react to the cyber energy stored in your body.
Based off what? Cyber energy stored in the body? You can just make up anything to move the plot in a Sonic game, can't you?
That is not made up. Sonic has absorbed the cyber energy that made up the cages that house his friends. That's what gave him all the special abilities in the game, and that's what's letting him open the door. You just ignored all that for the sake of having more sins.
I like to believe this fight is a subtle reference to Sonic and the Black Knight. I couldn't help but notice I didn't want to mention some of the worst Sonic games in their direct references.
Okay, and... I agree Black Knight is subpar if only due to the controls, but still a unique game in my opinion.
If I may, I'm personally offended by this one since Black Knight is one of my favorite Sonic games, but that is just me. The real problem is that this sounds like you're speaking objectively, and Black Knight has more than enough fans to dispute that. Just look what happened to Josh Scorcher when he said Black Knight was banned in his underrated games video.
Now that's a name I haven't heard of since 2017? What the hell, has it been that long?
Sonic is slowly being corrupted by cyber infection. I suppose this is Sega's take on the corruption the main character undergoes in Shadow of the Colossus, but that had emotion and meaning. This only leads to a cringy scene on the power of friendship.
Oh my god, we get it! Also, doesn't have meaning? Look, I'll be the first person to admit my friends and my power is grossly overplaying this series, but this is one of the few times where I will stand by this. Especially since it actually does something and isn't just all talk.
I mean, it wasn't really all talk before since they worked together constantly, but I can see the other side. What matters either way is that this moment does have meaning, and you're evidently too blind to see it.
Your final lock has been revealed. Silence the Six Towers. Tear down walls between dimensions.
Maybe question the creepy voice directing you to do all this. There's no reason to trust it, and you're clearly dying as you go about it.
Sonic will go out of his way to save his friends, no matter what happens to him. And he even stated during his conversation with Sage on Chaos Island that he will stop the voice should he learn they are causing trouble.
I mean, what do you want to accomplish?
Oh. Gather up the Chaos Emeralds and save my friends.
And you're sure that is wise?
Kind of the story of my life.
And the voice that commands you. What if it is leading you to disaster?
If they want to start trouble, I'll stop them too.
Every time Sonic shuts down one of the towers, he gets a glimpse of the final days of the Ancients. You would think they would have stored all these in one file to make it explicitly clear that turning off the towers is a bad idea, instead of one memory per tower, meaning you're incentivized to turn off their seal to learn why the seal was needed in the first place.
It's called storytelling, Dart. I wouldn't complain, except you're using these to justify sitting key parts of the game.
The only thing that can slow Sonic down is apparently the Bitcoin miner installed into him, or whatever the hell cyber corruption is.
Sinning this scene, Sonic's friends were devastated to see him like this. He could have died.
I want you to see the hero I become. Sonic, you still have love to share with this world too.
They hold hands around Sonic and it performs a virus sweep on him, I think. Sonic had better positive messaging back in the 90s cartoon when he warned kids not to allow pedophiles to touch them.
How dare you, Sin? Nope, I'm gonna save my last pass for later. Tony, if you would.
Sonic's friends are sacrificing their physical forms to save him. You're telling me that saving someone's life isn't as important as not letting pedophiles touch you? What the f***, dude?
Sage, you will help me find the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic won't be fast enough.
All the help Sage begs Eggman to offer boils down to him finding one Chaos Emerald that there was no reason Sonic couldn't find on his own. After all, he's collected all of them 3 times already in this game. Out of all the millions of simulations Jade ran where they failed, the one where Eggman finds a single crystal and gives it to Sonic is the defining point of victory. In the new zone, you still have to collect cutscene currency to talk to Jade, even though she isn't like Sonic's 3 friends who are trapped in cyberspace. She's had no problem talking to Sonic whenever she wanted.
I had secured Dr. Eggman in cyberspace to protect him from the impending destruction. I had hoped to keep out external variables as well.
I understand now why you locked my friends in cyber cages and fought me. I wasn't exactly going to leave the Titans alone either. It's too late for an I'm sorry from either of us.
Like hell, she can't apologize. Sonic asked her on more than one occasion what she wanted, and even offered to help her. She kept brushing him off. Jade is supposed to be a super intelligent AI system, and all she did was make things worse by sticking the Titans on Sonic, even though she knew that destroying the Titans was a bad thing.
First of all, stop calling Sage Jade.
I'm not even sure how the hell he managed to do that. They sound nothing alike.
Second, it's too late for either Sonic or Sage to say sorry to each other since the world is in danger and time is running short. Third, Sage sicked the Titans on Sonic because she thought he was trying to free the end on purpose, when he wasn't.
Okay, this is boring the piss out of me. Let me look this up real quick. What the hell? That's a nowhere reference. If I had a nickel for every odd reference he's made in this video, I'd have 2. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice now.
Hear me out. Do you think all those locations I visited were pulled from my memories?
That is possible. It imported the data of your memories and applied it to your surroundings, so you could comprehend them.
Maybe that gave me the edge I needed to escape each time. I was covering familiar ground.
Covering familiar ground? Didn't you have an entire game or two that already did that though? Sonic Generations, for instance.
Yes, but there are different reasons behind it. In Generations, he was traveling through time and space. In Frontiers, he was going through his memories. And again, that's not the main focal point of Frontiers. The open zone is.
So, earlier you said I had 0 chances of winning. Change your mind yet?
No, but I have not run a simulation on our present circumstances either.
You ran millions of simulations earlier, meaning you can run them pretty fast. Yeah, you haven't bothered running one on your new plan.
Because she was told to not account for Sonic, as shown earlier. And they're currently focusing on getting the Chaos Emeralds.
This is our chance. I never simulated a scenario where Sonic helped, since you never authorized it.
Sage sacrifices herself to stop the explosion from destroying the planet, but since this is a Sonic game, you know that won't stick. Her death lasts as long as the end credits, when Eggman revives her since she's an AI and he likely had backup copies.
Sinning this scene!
No. I've been saving this moment since the start, and I'll be damned if I let anyone take it away from me. So step aside. Okay, Dart, I've been letting a lot of the stupid shit you say slide because, yeah, I get it, you're not meant to be taken seriously, and in spite of my tone, I have been rather joking throughout most of this and playing my anger up as a persona. However, now I need to get this out of the way, because not only did you make light of an important character, not only did you ignore Eggman's development, not only did you both directly and indirectly insult the fan base throughout the entire video, but you missed the most important point of her quote-unquote death. It wasn't the death that got to people in Eggman, but the fact she grew from being an emotionless robot with no willpower to being sentient and helping Eggman grow to care about her. Fuck, in the scene before this, we get this little gem.
Hurry, before it regains its full strength.
Ladies first.
Be careful, dear daughter.
And then even after the battle, but before the freaking boot-up scene, you not liking the characters is one thing. You not understanding the source is another. But there is so much disrespect to the characters and to the people who love the game and characters that I can't, in good faith, let this slide even if I want to. And for that, I'm putting these many sins in. Well, this is a drag and a half, and this is coming from someone who actually likes his content.
You have very weird taste in what you like.
You're not the first person to tell me that, and you sure as hell aren't gonna be the last. In any case, in the year we've known each other, I never pictured us working together. Feels kinda nice, not gonna lie.
Honestly, same. Doesn't it remind you of something? You know, Eggman and Sonic working together.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Anyways, it's been fun. Let me just activate the portal, and if you want to do another video, hit me up.
Sure thing. Well, guess we'll be seeing each other again?
Oh, most definitely. However, don't think this means I'm not gonna cover your 6 video. That's still happening regardless. But, this has given me a lot to consider, so, thanks. And sorry about everything. I know my apology doesn't really mean anything, but I do genuinely mean that. Don't just take my word for it, and let my actions speak instead of my words, so... yeah.
Apology accepted. See you soon.
I hate being all sentimental and crap. I'm very bad at being honest. In any case, as for you, Dart, I like your content, but my god, this was not it. With that said, I can only hope you take this as a learning experience and not take it personal. With that said, I want to thank y'all for watching and thank Tony for doing this with me. This is Shorty96, signing off.
Alright. There we go. You're done with this response video. Yeah, okay then. Okay. I was gonna say skip the first 2 minutes because it's kind of cringe, but whatever. Okay, I'm back for now. At least, welcome back. Emo girl, what? Looks like he's gonna sing I'm in love with an emo. Hey, yo, JK girl. Nah, bro. Come on now. 25 cents, geez, well, holy god. Hope we learned something. What a video indeed. Yeah, a lot of talking. A lot of talking that we have checked out today. God damn, man. Yeah. We sure learned that Eggman's AI daughter is called Jade. Yep, that's her real name. She's been hiding it all this time, but it's finally out there, guys. Jade is the name. Jade. So hopefully that gets put on all the wiki and stuff like that, you know. It's the official name. Sage was her stage name, exactly. That was just her stage name. Alright, well, that was the last of the videos. So I think we could sign off now. And then I will return back on Monday, or we can check out some music too. Music time is canon now, made canon by me, exactly. It is now canon. We are gonna make this canon now. There's a new Hyper Potion song. Let me check it out. Hyper Potions. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's check this out. There is, okay, there is obviously. Alright, let's check the new Hyper Potion song. What did you need to do tomorrow, by the way? I was just busy in general. Just with family and stuff like that. It's just like a function. Planning on trips for later for the year and stuff like that. So I might be gone for like a while near the end of the year. So we'll see when that time comes. It's later. It's later in the year. But let's check this Hyper Potion song out. And it says MYLK. I don't know who that is, but it's with somebody. So let's check this out. Okay. Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice song. I liked it. That was Night Drive by Hyper Potions and MYLK. Yeah, that was nice though. I liked it. Hyper Potions always making some bangers. There's what did you honestly same? I got 2 essays I need to turn in by Monday. Oh God. Well, good luck on that, Sean. Hopefully you can use tomorrow and finish those essays up. I got a Sonic Boom song that I think you will like. Let me know what that is. MLYK is a Japanese singer. Hyper Potions did a lot of collaborations with her before. Okay. Mechanical. Okay, fine. Okay, from Sonic Adventure. Okay. And then we'll check out a Sonic Boom song after this one. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, let's check this out. Alright, another good little song from Sonic Adventure. Not bad, it was nice. Next up is a Sonic Boom song. Let's check if I can. Oh, okay. Okay. Sonic Boom song, Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom in-game soundtrack. High quality. Okay, let's check this out. Oh, never mind. We're gonna get an ad, of course. Ad play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I like that. I like that. The tempo, the speed, the energy that it brought. Honestly, that was really good. That was really good. Yeah, that was really good, KR. I like that. Thank you for that. All right. Yeah, still an abrupt ending. Yeah, that is true. 2 Mega Man tracks at the end. The stream won't be 4 hours long today. Sad face. Oh god. It's okay. Nice bop though. Technically not a Sonic Boom game. It's a mobile game. It's got Sonic Boom in the name. Mega Man Star Force 2 and 3 main 3. I like it. Sounds similar to the original we heard before, but remixes sounds good. Omega. Let's check these 2 Omega recommendations. And what? Okay. It's being weird today. Okay, I don't know why it's getting slow. Oh no, it's not good. Okay. Mega Man Star Force 2 main theme. I think this is the main theme. I believe. I think. Is it? Shooting Star? Okay, it should be. Anyways, let's just check it out. Oh, of course, there's another ad. Oh my god, bro. Alright. That was good. I like that. The little effects and sound effects that they had going on in the background was really nice. Well, no, that's not what I wanted. Not 23. Number 3 is up next. Let's check this one out. that was good as well. What was the last song that you wanted me to check out, Omega? You can give me the vocal version. We can check that out for the last song. Sounds similar to the original, but remixes, tracks were saved for more tracks were saved for next stream. I always wonder what Omega cooks, bruh. Maybe a Mega Man stream one day. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Last Mega Man game was 11, yeah, and then 0, ZX, and Battle Network collections. Star Force maybe next for a collection. If there's a version with a vocal, want to do that too. I feel like we've heard number 3 before. Okay, never mind. Sonia Strum Shooting Star. Okay. Actually, let me just copy in. Okay. Shooting Star. Okay. Okay.
So Vladdy, when the Blue Jays win,
yes,
everyone wins free A&W.
Yes.
Next day, check the app, bam.
Cool. No, bro. No, we can't check this out. We can't check this out. I remember now. We cannot check this out, bro. We can't check this out. I know we can't check this out. I know whenever the vocals come in, I know we can't check it out. I know. I just know. I am not gonna take any chance, bro. The stream already probably got blocked. Please don't block this, YouTube, bro. Please don't block this, bro. Bro, please don't block this. Hold up. Let me check right now. I can check right now if it's blocked or not. Give me a second. No, bro, because trust me, last time we checked out vocals like that, I remember the vocals too. It sounded exactly like that. It got blocked, and then I had to delete it and everything like that. But give me a second, man. Let me see if it works here. Let's see. Let's see. What does YouTube say? What does YouTube say? What did the YouTube god say about this song? Saved, okay. Give me a second, Omega. Tell me the restrictions, bro. Come on, YouTube. Okay, it's checking. What are the restrictions for this song? Please don't be blocked. If it's blocked, it's game over, bro. Andrea, welcome. Hello. I think like ending things off, but hello, Andrea. How you doing? Andrea, I'll get if you can, I will be streaming on Monday, most likely. So if you want to join on Monday, if it's possible for you, be on the lookout for a Monday stream. Okay, there were restrictions found. Was there? Wait. Hold on, let me see. What did YouTube say? No restrictions. Oh, okay. Okay, there's no restrictions. All right, we're good. Seems like we're in the clear, boys. We're in the clear. No restrictions found. Omega, we're saved. Omega. We can check it out. All right, let's check it out properly then. Let me go all the way back. Okay. Hola, Andrea. Sonic Generations, finally, possibly. I'm not gonna say yes or no, Oshan, but maybe we will. Or do you need stuff first? I'm not exactly sure. I need to see how to connect my controller and stuff like that. Oh, really? Yes, I would like to be there. Okay, sounds good, Andrea. I would love to see you there. We are good. Let's go. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, we'll listen to this again. Let's go. Let's go. I got scared, man. Okay. That was Sonia Strum, Shooting Star V3 full version. I liked it. That was a nice song. That was a nice song. I like songs in other languages and stuff like that. I don't know why. It sounds really good. Even though I can't understand the language, but it still sounds really good. We're good to go. Sonic Shuffle finally. If you want to know, the girl next to Gio is Sonia Strum. Best friend will be his girlfriend. Oh yeah, Sonic Chronicles. Vocals by the Japanese voice actress of Sonia. The themes of Star Force is also referred to Gio because she loves him. The anime opening also by her. I'll recommend them maybe next 2 months because the load of requests incoming. You know the saddest part, all the Japanese vocals exclusive to Japan release, but the instrumental versions of them are still a banger in the West releases. I see, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that at times, where if they make something, it's like, I don't know, like a country exclusive stuff, bro. Like, come on, bro. Everybody else wants to see what you make. Oh, yeah, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Yes, that is what we were playing on Monday. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. It is going to be it's going to be a treat. It's going to be a treat for sure. All right. Well, that was it for me, it seems like. Hey, look, ramps. You can use them as ramps, bruh. That was it for the Sun. I don't even know what the hell we were saying before. Saturday. That's it for the Saturday stream. Yeah. Actual dialogue from Rise of Lear, bruh. We're falling through a trap door. We are trapped down here. Saturday. Yeah, there we go. Saturday. That is it for the Saturday stream. I'll see you guys in the Monday stream, and it'll either be binging IDWs or playing a Sonic game. But I don't know. I'll find out during Monday or something like that, I guess. But yeah, I forgot to tell you, Nate retired. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch the video though, but that's interesting. I'm not exactly sure why he retired. He made a lot of good music. Yeah, Nate retired on no 4-hour stream. Sad, bro. It's 3 hours. That's still good. Nate wants to battle retired. He did a video on it last week. I did see that. But I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird. But I mean, if he wants to, then yeah. Maybe a reaction to say goodbye. Nah, he's not leaving, bro. He's coming back. Don't worry, Omega. I have people in the background. He's gonna come back. Don't you worry. We don't need to say goodbye. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's dropping another album, bro. He's dropping another album. Hopefully it's a Sonic gameplay stream. Possibly, KR, possibly. He said he got multiple copyrights from YouTube on his channel. What the hell? For what? What? That's weird. That's just confusing. Again, copyright system, bro. It's messed up, man. If you get the short end of the stick, it's game over basically, bro. Unless you're like some sort of huge YouTuber, it's not gonna be looking too good. That's cringe YouTube, yeah. I don't know, man. For his own songs, he told us on his channel before. What the hell? For his own music, he got copyright, bro. That's crazy. Imagine cooking up your own shit and still getting copyrighted for creating your own shit, bro. What? He's also said he also wants to do something new. Did he say what that something new is, Omega? Like, what something new? Just not music, I guess, or just wants to do something else? I mean, that's completely fair, but he made some good music. Hopefully he's not retiring forever. Maybe it's like a partial retirement. Other than the music. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe check one last song. I don't know, KR. Maybe. What's the song? KR, what's the song? Well, hope so too, but he did say the battle is over, bro. That's crazy, bro. Nate wants to battle. The battle is over. That's sad. That is sad. Dang, yeah, even Sean says dang, bro. If you got Sean saying dang, you know something's messed up then. Let me know what the last song is, KR. From Sonic dash to main menu. Okay. Just checking out the last song. Let's see how it is. No. Whoa. Okay. Sucks to hear. I've known him from his FNAFA songs. Only a minute and 36 seconds. Give Heartbreaker is going to keep with Sean Christmas for now. Okay, that was a good little another song from Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. But I heard some other artists say they'll join a new artist joining, so whoever that is, he or she will do intense bangers, no scream. My bad, KR. People die when they are killed. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think the opposite happens. When you're killed, you come back to life. I do know you make some videos take on artists before. So maybe you can do a reaction on Nate last video for Tuesday. You want to give me a song? You should do like a farewell with a song instead of just watching the video. If you want to give me a song, that's probably better. When you die, you can just respawn. Exactly, it's just like Minecraft. If you die, you just respawn. It's just like, come on now, like, it's just simple, bro. If you die, just respawn. Just hit the respawn button. It's not that hard. Then we'll do 2 Nate videos a day. What? No. Oh my god. I'm just saying, instead of watching the video, just give me a song and I'll make a video on that song saying, hey guys, my boy Nate, he's leaving. You know, YouTube got his ass. And we're just gonna check out a song from him to say goodbye. That's what I'm saying. Another one bites the dust, man. Another one bites the dust. It's crazy though. Then just his retirement video, bro. Okay, Omega, okay. Alright. Okay, that should be it for today, guys. If you have any recommendations for the rest of the week, do let me know. Tomorrow, Sean, you will have that Iris video. It's a banging video. You'll enjoy. Or I hope at least you do, though. It's good. I think I really liked it. So it was good. And Monday, I'll release a video and do a stream. Or actually, should I? Actually, we'll see. I will do a stream, but I don't know if I'm going to release a video. I might. I most likely will. So I'll release a video and I'll do a Monday streams as well. Unfortunately, I don't know what others run killing songs I can suggest. I don't know, KR. Dude, find something, bro. Oh yeah, a STEM song this week. Yes, I'll check that STEM song. I think he told me to check out his newest song, so I'll check that, Omega. Huh, another stream. Yes, on Monday we will be doing another stream. Either watching IDW comics or playing a Sonic game. So one of them will happen. I knew a new artist you could check out though. That sounds good with me, KR. Sounds good with me. If he's not copyright blocked or anything like that, sounds good with me. I don't mind checking out new artists and upgrading my music tastes and everything like that. There's a new idol group. We all make their distributes an Ant-Team teasing a new song. Sounds good. You know Yeet, bro. Yeet's my favorite, bro. Yeah, I know every single song from Yeet, KR. I'm not even joking. I know every single song from Yeet. So if that's who you want me to suggest, bro, I've listened to every single song. So I don't think suggesting him would be a good idea. I'll let you know when the release date is soon. Sounds good, Omega. Sounds good. KR just says, oh. Yeah. I mean, hey, everybody, I like all the music, bro. I like Trust, bro. It can go from, like, anything to anything, bro. It's like, it's a big range. It's a huge range. I enjoy all types of music. Usher is coming to Vancouver this year, but for November. I don't even think I'm gonna be in Vancouver in November, Omega. I don't know. We'll see though, but I don't think so. I was gonna suggest his song "Better Off," bro. I've listened to all of his songs, KR. Every single one, pretty much. I have listened to it. Can we get much higher? Yes, we can definitely get much higher, bro. We can. We can get higher, bro. We're gonna get higher on Monday, but for today, we're gonna chill. But Monday, more people will show up. It'll be a lot more crazier. So keep a lookout for that Monday stream. It'll be fun. Well, I can try to find a new artist. Sounds good, KR. Sounds good. I'll send the requests tomorrow. Sounds good, Omega. I don't know, KR. You got this, bro. Come on. I want to see what you got cooking, bro. I want to see what you got cooking. You're Better Off is also an Iris song. Have we checked out that song? I think. Wait, let me see. Better. I can't. My shit doesn't even work anymore. Oh God. Okay. Better. No. Okay. No. We have not checked out an Iris song called "You Are Better Off." But we are checking out "I Am Sorry" tomorrow by Iris. And boy, oh boy, do I got some things to say about that song. But we'll find out tomorrow what happens with that one. But for now, we should be good for today. And no, that's from the next album. Oh, sounds good. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. I am sorry. It is. I am sorry. And yeah, so tomorrow Iris, Monday, maybe a video and a stream together, or maybe only just a stream together or something like, or only just, I don't even know what I just said. So it's either a video and a stream, or only a stream. I think those are the options, I believe. I apologize, lol. I done goofed. Why did you goof up, bro? What do you mean? I goofed up. You didn't goof up. Uh-oh. Okay. See you next stream soon. Sounds good, Omega. I'll see you very, very soon. And let me know the recommendations for this week and tomorrow's video. I'm gonna try to find a new artist for you to listen to. Sounds good, KR. Sounds good. I am a clown. No, you aren't, Sean. Sean is the GOAT. Everybody here is the GOAT. Y'all are amazing. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. just have fun, bro. Enjoy life. Just enjoy life. Well, see y'all soon. See you soon, Sean. Even me, yes, KR, you are the GOAT as well, bro. You are the GOAT as well. But, sure, why not? Yeah. Gotta go fast. Yes. Okay, well, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Tomorrow for the Iris video, and then Monday for another stream. But, yeah, that should be it for today, guys. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay happy. Have fun. And, yeah, we'll be back soon. We'll be back very soon. The GOAT who started the Sonic journey. Exactly, KR. Alright, I'm gonna do my 10-second countdown now. So let me do my 10-second countdown, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. I think we're good. Alright. I'll see you guys very soon. On Monday. Goodbye for now. Goodbye. Oh, I hit the mic. Oh no. Okay, goodbye for now.